All right. Hey, Jake, I think you're the first one on. All right, let's wait for more Mandem and then, yeah. Oh, the strings on the 7. I'll explain that in a moment because that's a whole story with the 7 string, man. Like there is some big bullshit that happened with the Razor 7. I'm just gonna make an Instagram story, and then I'm gonna explain the chaos that happened with this cursed this cursed 7 string. All right. God, Instagram can be so annoying sometimes, man. Don't be an influencer, guys. Who cursed it? Oh, probably like a ex-girlfriend or some crap like that. But give me 2 seconds. And okay, so there's a full story that's going to happen with the 7 string because I'm going to show you exactly what happened. Okay, so this is it now. Okay, and at the moment it's got a Goto bridge because when you get this guitar stock, it's a licensed Floyd Rose. So what happened is the week of the Gohil show back in November, so the last week of October, like just before Halloween, I think it was, or some shit like that. But basically, I was restringing the guitar and everything was going fine, and then 2 things happened. I think I still have it here. So whilst I was restringing the guitar, if you look very carefully, the bolt to the bolt in the bridge has been completely stripped and has been it's basically fucked. So I was trying to tighten it on the low E string, and it just kept on circling and circling. I was like, oh shit, that's not going to be good. And then yeah, so I had to pinch one out my ML and then order some replacements on eBay. And then another thing happened is that on the high E, so this this screw just there, I don't know if you can see it. Basically, the screw right at the end there got completely jammed in. So it was holding the string in, but it wasn't tight enough. So I was like, okay, let me just try and tighten it. I ended up rounding off the bolt. And even if you see here, this is not even the high E, that's the low E. And look how rounded off that got from all the years of wear and tear. But the high E one was well and truly screwed. And I finally just got an Allen key that fit just about, tightened it as hard as I could. And then it slipped, and the bolt was so rounded that nothing else was able to be sorted out. I tried to put like foil in it as well to try and, you know, get some kind of friction while screwing the bloody screw. And then yeah, I was super paranoid because the guitar was restrung. It was all kind of working, but I wasn't sure if it was going to like pop out or anything like that. So the day after, I drove to Dan, our guitarist's house, and then it was like, holy crap! I had to borrow his Ibanez Zyphos, and I said, look, let me restring it for you. So I did all that, and I had a backup guitar for the gig if something went wrong. And then I did the rehearsals. I did the show with the guitar with the botched fixes on the bridge, and I took it to a guitar shop. And then it said because because of the years of wear and tear, basically the bridge wasn't seated properly and was basically pulling the guitar apart from the inside. So now this has been upgraded with a Gohil bridge, and it's amazing. It's definitely better than the licensed Floyd Rose, but even this wasn't without problems, because if you see here, like the springs, sorry, the screws here, they're too long for the guitar, so I can't like pull it up, like do crazy dive bombs that way as easy as before. But that's fine. I don't need to do it too much. I need to dive down most of the time. And the actual Gohil block is too big for the guitar, so it's still using the original licensed Floyd block, but everything's set properly. It's in place. And tuning wise, I've the job got done a few weeks back, and then yeah, but I've not needed to tune this guitar since, and it sounds even better now. The strings I use on this guitar are NYXL D'Adarios, the 59 to 10s, but somehow when playing this, the strings just sound snappier. I hope it's like not too loud. Give me a sec. I also got a wireless system for the show as well. If it's too loud, just say so in the comments. But it's like the strings just like snap a bit better, so it's definitely it's a much tighter sound, and it sounds more aggressive, a lot less kind of low end. But you can put that up with the amp, and most of the time you should just leave the low end for the bass, but just enough so you get the kind of like reverberation and resonance from the room. But yeah, now it's better than ever. I've lowered the pickup a tiny bit as well, because I don't want the tone to be super hot, because it's already a ceramic magnet in here, and these Fishmans are super aggressive. Like they will, if you play like an idiot, the Fishmans are just gonna respond the same way. So you've got to be on the board when playing these things. But the guitar sounds better than ever now, and also plays better than ever, because one of the upgrades I got was you can't really see it, but I got the neck sanded down a little bit, so it feels like a satin neck. So the first layer of lacquer has been sanded down, and it's still the best playing 7-string that I've ever played, and it's still the best sounding 7-string. But it's like, whereas the bar was already this high, now it's way higher. So so it's pretty damn So like one of the things that I love about the Fishman pickup is the note clarity. The string skipping riff. Which one? That one? Black metal with Baroque. I haven't listened to Baroque in a long time. But yeah. No guitar related presents. Actually, no, I did. I got these. I got a set of these. Just some extra strings for this. Right. A second riff in N. So yeah, it's not string skip, it's just hammer. Like any string skipping bits in end, not really in end one. I haven't played this played this guitar since well, I haven't played that song since the gig, really. Too low. You haven't played N1 since the show. Yeah, the hardest riff Oreshkakor has is probably this. And that's quite a oh, hello, Daryl. And that's quite a tricky riff because most like eighth note riffs, you start with a downstroke and then you play the upstroke, but this is reversed. Yes, I'm good, Daryl. I'm good, Daryl. Thank you. But yeah, that's some Oreshkakor stuff, and yeah, what I want to do now is start restringing some guitars and just talking about them as well. Because what I've one of my plans is to noise cancelling. That's annoying. But yeah, one of my plans is just to get some restringing done on the stream, and then talk about some guitars and also sand the neck on my DBZs if there's time. But yeah, the noise cancelling, I'm not sure. Let's see if there's any settings with that. But anyway, whatever. So let's restring this because it's nice and simple. So yeah, this is quite a popular one. Yeah, so with this one, it's like probably quite popular guitar on the channel. Everyone seems to like it, and yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. But the last time I restrung it was back in May when it first arrived, so I need to get this thing restrung and a bit cleaned up and just like you know, oil up the neck and that. Do I have any idea what Immortal used? No, honestly, no idea. I've got no idea what Immortal used to record, but I think doesn't Abath have like his own signature Raven Dark Schecter guitar, and is it still for sale? How often do I change strings and what locking tuners? Right, so locking tuners, honestly, I'm not too sure. The only ones I've bought myself are the Harley Benton ones because I fitted them on my Jackson. When I landed in Korea. Then I got another set for the White Donna I used to use out there. And they were cool. But they worked best on the Donna because the Jackson just hates staying in tune. I think it might be down to like scale length or something like that, but it absolutely hates staying in tune. So they were okay. Obviously, if you want a bit more high quality locking tuners, you know, from going off what a lot of people say, and from what I've used from Goto products, then yeah, Goto locking tuners I'm sure would do the job. Just don't make the mistake I did, because on the White Donna guitar, that I had, it was for like a 3x3, like one of these kind of guitars, when it should have been like a straight 6 inline one. So the fitting was pretty bad, so I had to like screw in the extra holes and stuff, which wasn't very cool. So I did that. But yeah, Goto, Harley Benton, I'm sure they'll be fine. Like locking tuners are generally better than most regular tuners anyway. How often do I change strings? Whenever they need changing. This one's been needing changing for a while, but I've just been putting it off for ages. What $1,000 guitar do I recommend for black and death metal? Yes, Dean. Honestly, this Vengeance series, this or the Vengeance series, one of these I'd recommend because they do everything perfectly. And honestly, if you're just going to be playing extreme music, then get the single pickup variant of the Vengeance, because that thing is super cool. And yeah, and I've heard that Jonas, the guy who won the Dean competition, I think he's going to be getting his soon as well. So it's going to be super cool hearing how he gets on with that. But yeah, that's what I'd recommend. Did I leave the Jackson in Korea? No. So okay. So the guitars I had in Korea, I took my Jackson with me. I still got that one, and I still got the Jackson. I haven't played it for a while. It's in its case, I think in like E flat or D tuning. I don't even know. But yeah, that's still in its case at the moment. The white Donna guitar, that one I gave away to my friend, and he took that back to Colorado in the States. So that's where that guitar is. The Telecaster that I got was yeah, that was sold, and then because the person I sold it to was going away, that got given away, I believe. The acoustic guitar had got given away. The acoustic guitar had got given away as well. Went to a friend of mine. The Les Paul style guitar, that was well, I got it, and then I didn't really have like any use for it, so it was given as a gift to someone. I've got no idea if they still have it, but yeah, that was given as a gift. And I think that's it from the Korea stories, because yeah, I'd like a guitar rack, but they don't really fit V shapes very well, and that's really what I play. With the Korea, man, I remember landing in Korea like it was the first or second week I was there, and I went to this guitar shop called Guitar Muse, and it's just outside this massive, basically, department store in the center of Seoul, just outside there. So this department store is just full of like music shops, like hundreds and hundreds of guitar shops, drum shops, everything. And in Guitar Muse, there was a like a Korean special Dean. Like it wasn't a like a public model or anything, just something that decided to whip up, and it was the body of the 30th anniversary V with one of these kind of style headstocks, and it was perfect. It was one of the nicest guitars I ever played, but I couldn't justify getting the guitar at the time, which is a shame, because when I went back to that store, it sold, and rightfully so, because that guitar was damn good. Will there be any Ereshkigal shows in 2025? Well, I sent an email to the guys who run Cosmic Void in London, but they haven't got back to me. So that would be a nice show if they get back to me and we arrange a deal, and then move it forward from there. But otherwise, nothing booked for Ereshkigal. But what I can say with Ereshkigal and in the Ereshkigal camp, we have been working on new material, and it's even more frantic and chaotic than it's ever been. So that's really cool. And yeah, I think Cosmic Void 2025, I can't remember who's playing. I think that's going to be really cool. Who is playing Cosmic Void 2025? Let's have a look. Cosmic Void Festival 2025. Or is there anyone I'm interested in seeing? That's the thing. Oh, Elend will be cool. Negative Plane, I've heard good things about. Covenant will be interesting, because I think Covenant's guitarist Astenu made a lot of he wrote, you know, a lot of Spiritual Black Dimensions, which is my favorite Dimmu Borgir album. So yeah, it'd be cool to see him play. And I think that'd be quite an interesting one. I've never listened to Covenant myself, but I've heard it's like pretty polarizing as a band. And I think like one of the another old Dimmu Borgir member, Nagash, is in the band. I can't remember. I can't remember. Hey man, how many years have I been playing guitar? How long have I been playing guitar? Over 11 years now. Just over 11 years. Yeah, quite a while. And yeah, Elendor, amazing. Because I saw them at the Underworld with Fen last year, and they're yeah, fantastic band. Really, really really inspiring in a way. You know, everything was done properly, no bullshit talking between the songs or anything like that, and they just got on with the music and just played their hearts out, and it was fabulous. It was a really, really cool show, and live roast of me not liking Deathspell. Things with Deathspell, yeah, they don't really have riffs. Yeah, I'm saying that straight up. Like, they don't really have riffs. It's just in that Portal territory where everything's kind of disharmonic and weird. I've never listened to anything by Deathspell that has made me be like, wow, this is amazing. Because it sounds like smart for the sake of being smart rather than smart for the sake of being like evil or brutal. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. I never really had a liking to Deathspell Omega ever. It was just like, all right, cool. This is kind of wacky. They've got some weird guitar parts as well, which is cool. But like, weird and technical doesn't always mean good or that I would like it. Or if the music's fast, doesn't mean I'd like it either. I don't know. Like, Deathspell has never been that encapsulating to me. But if you want to talk about like the weird bands, I'll get on to the gear question shortly. If we're talking about like the weird sounding bands that sound like intense or evil, I think the Australians do it best with Portal and Impetuous Ritual, because I've seen both those bands live, and each one of those bands has been absolutely fantastic. It properly transports you to a different place, and the soundscapes that you get from both bands are just incredible. Like Portal themselves already are I think the best like avant-garde sounding band, is because they go in that direction. They go it's so extreme in the direction of weirdness and avant-garde and being wacky and strange, but also it's exciting as well because it's kind of creepy in a way. It's almost like if Silent Hill, the atmosphere in the Silent Hill video games became the band or the music. So that's my kind of like take on like avant-garde bands and like strange bands. Imperial Triumphant, I want to see live as well because I've heard like cool things about those, and yeah, I just want to see how they do things. So I know they've got some crazy ideas with their writing, like all these like dive bomb chords and whammy use and stuff. It would just be, I'm curious to see and experience how it's going to be live. But on recording, I don't get it the same way other people might. But again, I want to check them out for myself, of course. All right, so scrolling up to gear questions. All right, what rig and pedals do I use? Pedals, I don't use any pedals. My main live rig is my Dean 7-string, the Razorback 7, and I have that upgraded with a Fishman Fluence modern humbucker. It's a ceramic pickup, and I run that straight into an Engel Fireball. That's my main gigging rig. And when it comes to pedals, like the only pedals I've ever really used have just been for videos or testing things out. I don't really enjoy using pedals. I think it's too much faff. It's too much messing around. I just want to plug in and play. That's why I like the Engel product so much, because they've got the inbuilt noise gate. They've got enough gain. I've got the aggression and tone I need from the guitar itself, and then I don't really need much more. So that's pretty much it. And what was it? What was the other question? Something about Engels. Do I plan on? Where's the Engel question? Okay. Anyway, but Engels. Okay. I've really liked Zurab Savage, the one I borrowed for a video. That's the best amp I've ever. That's like one of the best amps ever that I've ever used, and probably the best amp that I own that I use for the channel, because Zurab, he lent me his EVH and I've got his JCM. here as well. And as nice as the JCM is, and it's got all the credibility and the history, and Slayer used it and all this stuff. As an amp itself, I don't like it. As an amp itself, I don't really like it. It took like 25 minutes to get a sound that I kind of liked, and I had to mess around with the pedal and stuff. I don't want to do that. I just want to plug in and play, man. Like, I want to get my tone from the amp, not a pedal. That's my philosophy with things. And tier list video for amps. I can do that now. Engel's S tier, Marshall's Engel products are generally S tier. All the other high gain amps like the Mesas and the Marshalls and the EVHs are all around in like the B tier category, because there's only like a couple of those that I really like. When it comes to like individual amps, Engel Fireball is hard S tier, Savage gets S tier, and the JVM, Powerball 2, the Valve State as well that I have, that's all A tier, because there's a little bit of things that I wish they had to make them S tier, but they just don't have them. So what's the other? Was something about like guitar questions or something? How I'm playing guitar, pedals. La Santa Muerte. Thank you. Have a great day too. Tears amps. Envy. The only bands from the Greek black metal scene. Not personally, but I've obviously everyone knows about Rotting Christ. There was Raven Cult. Aren't they Greek? They've got some alright stuff there. And no, the Greek scene I don't really know too well. I've heard of Neometron. I think they had like some weird like dealings, or like some stuff that they did in the past that was like super weird, or like, I don't know, one of those like notorious kind of bands. But yeah, that's all I really know from the Greek black metal scene. I don't really pay much attention to it, if I'm honest. Like when there's like new albums or whatever, I generally listen to what's recommended to me. I don't normally go out of my way often to check out new bands from time to time. But yeah, 2024 has been an alright year for black metal. Obviously the 1349 album I think is the best one. It's more to my taste. But there's a few others that I really liked as well. Hordem Rifes was nice. Antichrist Siege Machine. New Dark Space. New Paysage D there. Achilles was cool. I still like the first Achilles album the most. But I can't remember too much else really off the top of my head. What advice do I give to beginner guitarists like me? Okay, cool. So basically, if you're a beginner guitar player, and here's some real this is actually probably the best piece of advice that I ever have, is just keep playing. If you don't want to play the guitar, if you don't want to pick up your guitar, don't pick up the guitar. Don't force yourself. I never ever force myself to play guitar, only when making videos, because I get certain days where it's like, damn it, I'm tired, I don't want to do anything, and then it's like, crap, I need to film a video, so I film a video. So I force myself out of that. But if you're in the beginning stages of guitar, just keep playing, because if you watch the episode of Black Metal Legends with Hordem Rife with Vega, we talk about that kind of stuff. Like, there's so much value in just playing the guitar and playing what you like on the guitar. Sorry, I'm just bringing the light close to me so I can see make sure the fretboard is clean. I don't want it dirty or nothing. But there's so much value in just playing guitar and just messing around and coming up with ideas, because that's literally how I kind of stumbled into 99.9% of what I teach. It's like I found all these chord shapes by just messing around and learning songs. And then once you learn like a certain chord shape, you can implement it into your own playing. And oh, thanks for the donation. Christ, that's awesome. Yeah, just keep playing and just keep learning songs. And if you can't play a song, don't worry about it, because in about a year or two, you can try again. Or a few months later down the line, you can try again, and then it might be easy. Because that happened to me with Hammer Smash Face, the Cannibal Corpse song. Because I spent ages trying to work it out with like tabs and stuff, and then one day it just clicked whilst I was playing the riff at a guitar store or something. Guitar playing is kind of weird, and it works out in strange ways. Yeah, so just keep playing, because Vegard and I, we spoke about that, and there's so much that comes from playing, and playing with people and pushing yourselves and finding the limits and things like that. That's the real essence to being a musician and playing guitar. It's not about yourself. It's about more than just yourself and how fast you can play. It's more like, can you play in time? Are you creative? Can you work with other people? That's super cool. But yeah, that's the best advice I have for beginners. Fretboard cleaning material. I'm using this. It's just lemon oil. You just need that in a microfiber and clean the crap out of it, because look, this is, I'm not ashamed to show this, but this is what like a few months of not cleaning your fretboard looks like. You know, this has been there since May. So yeah, regular cleaning and intervals just keep the woods nice as well. It's a thing. And drop tune pedal, yeah, but then that's another pedal. I don't want to. The whole reason I have other guitars is because I go that much out of my way to not use pedals, and also it's fun having lots of guitars. Immortal albums ranking when? Right now, because At the Heart of Winter is the best Immortal album. That's definitely, is it S tier? Is that an S tier album? It's their best one, but is it S tier? Is it S tier? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it's an A tier album because it's an album that I really enjoy. It's an album that I really, really enjoy, but I don't want to listen to it on repeat. Like I don't go back to it all the time. And their other albums, so let's just go chronologically. So Diabolical, Full Moon, Mysticism, I don't really like too much. So I'll say that's like C tier. Then what's after Diabolical? Pure Holocaust, that's another C tier. I think I like Pure. Lots of people love Pure Holocaust, but to me it's like all right. Battles in the North, that's definitely a B tier. Hard B tier, definitely. What else? Oh, if you're wondering what strings I'm using for this guitar, it's Dodaro 46 to 9s. I don't recommend people use Ernie balls. I get that they're nice to play and kind of cheap, but they kept on breaking on me and I pick really hard, so I don't really recommend them. Pure Holocaust, that's, we talked about that C tier. If we're talking about what's next? Battles in the North, that's B tier. That was cool. And then Battles in the North was cool. What was after Battles in the North? I can't remember. But anyway, Blizzard Beasts, that's all right. Like that's another like C tier album. Damned in Black, it's been ages since I listened to it in full, but yeah, I remember that was like C tier. At the Heart of Winter we discussed, that's A tier. Sons of Northern Darkness is B tier. It's been a long time since I've listened to it from start to end without being like, oh, all right, it's getting a bit much now. And All Shall Fall, I think, is better than Sons of Northern Darkness, but I don't find myself listening to it very, very often. So I'm going to say that's another B tier album as well. But yeah, that's the Immortal ranking. Boss Katana amps. Yes, I have a Katana Mini. That's a great little thing. I like all the Boss Katana products. I think they're fantastic. They're the best practice amps by far, for sure. You can get pretty much all the tones you want from them. If you want that cold, searing black metal tone, if you want something a bit more Abathy, then yeah, of course, like the Boss Katana will do it. Obviously, not as well as like the Engels or the Marshalls or a big stack, but you know, it's definitely up there. I like PVs, but Engels are great amp. Yeah, PV products are for me a bit hit and miss. There's I don't know. I never fell in love with the 6505s. It always felt like I picked and played too hard for 6505s to get the sound that I want from them. But yeah, do you know what I did? I did try out the new Horner album, and yeah, you're just like, okay, it's this again. It's this again. Yay, salsa. All right. Hello, theme park. Thankful. Fortress this year. I want to for Ruin and 1349, and I think Agalok will be cool to watch as well. I'm just not sure if I can make it at the current guitars. Favorite Finnish bands. Favorite Finnish bands. Behexen before Nightside Emanations, because that for me is their peak. That's honestly the only Finnish stuff I listen to regularly, and Archgoat sometimes, because Archgoat are just fun, nice. Nothing too complex. Just unga, and I kind of like that. It's fun. Yeah, that's really like the only Finnish bands I listen to. Who else? Yeah, that's the only Finnish band I listen to like regularly now. What do I think of Psychonaut 4? I don't think too much of Psychonaut. Not really my thing. I'm not a DSBM fan or anything like that. I think it's like okay. But yeah, they played in London, and I kind of wanted to go because a friend's band was supporting them. They're called iHort. They're pretty cool, and yeah, I wanted to check those guys out because I haven't seen them live yet. But yeah, they were playing, so I wanted to see those guys, and I guess yeah, I could check out how Psychonaut were live as well. The Black Star amp I have in the back, so that is a Black Star cab. That's a Series 1 200 cab. It's a really nice cab, cold sounding, good for good when paired with a warm amp like these ones. If you've got the IR Pack Volume 2, it just copies those. If you've got my IR Pack Volume 2, then it's basically a clone of this with an SM57. So you can try that out, of course. But they're cool. Yeah, Boss Katanas are awesome, man. Sup from Los Angeles. Hell yeah, man. History in the UK scene, bands promoters you work with. Is your band consistently or do you work with session musicians? Okay, that's an interesting one. So the UK scene. So I started out in the UK scene like properly in 2012 with my first band, Premature Birth. And we were pretty regular on the UK scene. We had quite a bit of a following, which was really cool. Then we changed our name to Dormitorum. And then we did our last show in 2018. And in that time, I was spending a bit more time with Oreshkagul. And Oreshkagul just became a bit more of a focus. And then we did a few shows in 2018. And then we did I think we had a couple shows in 2019. And then and then COVID happened, and then everything kind of went pretty slow on all of my band's front. And then that's when I started spending more time on YouTube as well. And honestly, spending more time on YouTube has been way more fulfilling and beneficial than, honestly, any of my band projects. But yeah, back in the days with promoters, we were managed by the guy who runs Aeon Promotions, and he's one of the he helps run Incineration Festival as well. So yeah, he was managing our band for a little while, and that's probably like the best year of the band, which was like 2014 to parts to like halfway in 2015. That was yeah, that was probably like the most successful period of Premature Birth's time. But yeah, like close friends in the bands. The band that we were closest to was a band called Formicarius, who have stopped now. They were just some old friends. They used to be called Phyrexia back in the day. Yeah, old friends. And then there was Eternum. And then me and the singer of Eternum, well, he put Eternum to rest and we started Oreshkagul. So we're, of course, still in contact. And then other bands at the time, yeah, I know the Necro Ritual guys. They're good dudes. Trivax I know because Oreshkagul's live bass player plays in Trivax as well, so I know those guys. And who else is there? I'm trying to think now. Volnir, the singer of Volnir, used to play live in Oreshkagul. Isaac, I know him. He's a cool guy. And then Sylvester, the guitarist, he's another cool guy. Yeah, I've met the singer and guitarist of Andraka like once or twice. Kieran, he's a cool guy. Yeah, a few bands here and there. See, like I've met everyone. I just can't remember everyone's band off the top of my head and off my name. Yeah, and with Oreshkagul being a consistent lineup, Well, for the recent show, it wasn't because our bassist couldn't make the show and our drummer couldn't make the show. So we had to get some session musicians, and then we got Paul, who used to play in former chorus on guitars, but he was playing bass for us. And he also plays in a UK death metal band called Deep Profundis, and he did a fantastic job. And then we got Frank from Incantation. We got Incantation's drummer for the recent Ereshkigal show, and that was fantastic. That was probably one of the best shows we've ever done. But yeah, I'd like to keep it the lineup that it is now, with me, Sully, Dan, and Matt, because it just works really nicely. Everyone's very, very talented and very, very good at what they do, and it just does the job. You do like a couple rehearsals, and yeah, everything's good. So yeah, it's all good with that. But yeah, with the Ereshkigal show, I'm not too fussed about playing live with the band or not. It's kind of the dark space philosophy. It's like, we don't want to beg for gigs or anything. Like, we're happy not playing live and just focusing on our own lives and our own music and projects, that don't involve playing live. Which is why we're working on the new stuff. So it's not too much of a thing we're thinking about, and we only want to play shows that we're invited to, and where the promoters actually pay bands and treat us professionally, because it's not like they're going to get, we're not as rude. I don't want to sound rude, but we're not a local band. The quality of the performance is not what you'd get from your standard local band. It's pretty fierce, and always a proper punishment live. So that's cool. What techniques can I use to improve speed and accuracy in playing solos? Patience. I think that's going to be the biggest thing to help you improve your solos. Because if we're talking about like black metal, like lead guitar solos where it's like single note stuff, that just comes with a bit of time. I've always found, just give it a bit more time to yourself, and then really practice it, and just keep playing and just keep trying to push yourself. Really, that's probably the best advice. Because with actual techniques, it doesn't really stem much more than just sweep picking and alternate picking. I get why people economy pick. I'm not its biggest fan because it doesn't make the notes as distinct when you play them one by one. But yeah, that's probably what I can recommend the most. I'm not going to lie. Just get good at your alternate picking. Get legato. Yeah, legato. Yeah, fucking hell, legato. Yeah, legato playing. That's always super handy. Yeah, legato, alternate picking, and sweep picking. That's going to help you the most with your speed, accuracy, and just your general solos. Hughes and Kettner. The last Hughes and Kettner amp I played was in Japan. And I can see why a lot of black metal bands don't use that live, is because it's a very, very warm sounding amp. It's a very halfway point between a Marshall. Okay, it's a combination of 3 amps. It's the combination of a Marshall, a Black Star, and a Mesa Boogie. So if you want to get like a more searing sound from a Hughes and Kettner, you're either going to have to use like super, super high output passive pickups, or a pedal involved. But the thing is, they're not bad sounding amps. It's just not what most black metal musicians would use. But I know Isan was using Hughes and Kettner back in the day. But he's using Black Star now, I believe. And well, from videos, the new Black Star sound really, really damn good. So I'd really like to try one of those new Series 1s. I used to have a Series 1, but then I sold it for a DSL 100 reissue, which was fine. But I sold that and used that cash to get the JVM, which I'm more than happy with. I think it's Marshall's best ever product. These JVMs are awesome. They absolutely rule. What UK bands are doing it for now at the moment, I don't know. Honestly, UK bands, dude, honestly, like the best UK band for me, like the best ever UK band for me, was Verdale. And they were such a strong force in the scene back in the Premature Birth gigging days. I was good friends with all the guys there. Their singer ended up on Premature Birth's Ceremony of Power. He did some guest vocals as well, which was awesome. Yeah, I miss Verdelay. They were, for me, they are the best black metal band ever. But after that is, for me, Necro Ritual, just because I like their aggression. And yeah, they're a cool band to watch. They're a really cool band to watch. I really like Necro Ritual. Volnir are pretty cool as well. I know that they're working on a second album. But yeah, like Volnir, they're really cool live. I prefer them live to on recording. Yeah, those two bands for me at the moment are doing it for me the most when it comes to their live shows. Yeah, those guys are cool. Fishman's Signature Series pickups. Do you know what I've tried the Matt Heafy ones, and they are they're nice. They do the job. Would I pick them over the regular Fishman's Fluence? Probably not, because I don't really use cleans. But yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same as a regular Fishman. They're cool. I haven't tried the Mick Thompson ones. Haven't had the opportunity to, and I don't intend on upgrading any more guitars to Fishman's, because I like the three guitars that have Fishman's at the moment, and that's cool. I still like EMGs. I think they're good, but I'm definitely a Fishman convert now. Blood Countess have a new drummer. No idea what's happening with Blood Countess. What guitar tuning sounds most evil or sinister? That's a good question. I would say C sharp is probably the easiest tuning to make things sound evil, closely followed by E flat. Yep, those two tunings are probably like that. Abduction, I think I saw a bit of Induction at Incineration Festival. Can't remember. Andraka, haven't seen them live yet. You playing any shows with Hecate Enthroned? I know he's doing that Czech Republic show. I think he's got like a couple US shows next year, but I'm not too sure. I haven't spoken to Matt properly in ages, actually. Yeah, Lethargic, long-time viewer, just hoping to see you again. Oh, any more guitar lessons on my own music? Well, thanks for watching. Guitar lessons on my own music. I mean, I don't know, because Black Metal Mastery has all of my own music. Like, all the riffs in there are from songs that I've written, and that's probably like the biggest lessons on my own music. But you know, if people want to learn some Ereshkigal stuff, then you know they're more than welcome to. I've just put that in. Well, I put Ereshkigal End 1 in my tab book, and there's a few riffs of Ereshkigal, Domitorum, and Premature Birth on Black Metal Mastery. So that's all there. There's also some solo music stuff out there as well. The thing is, I haven't seen any demand for it for like my own stuff, so I haven't done anything like that. People just want to learn other bands' music, so I've kind of focused on that. Hence the recent Hordenreif video lesson on there. Dean guitars are my number one, yes, because I've yet to play guitar that I like more. Do I care about my own skillet guitar? Yes, because I'm one of those people that needs to make sure that whenever I play my own music, or whenever I need to like prove a point or do something, it has to be done properly. So the thing is, it's like, you know, if I was going to make like a lesson video and I'm playing the song wrong, for example, or if the notes aren't 100% there, or the tone's not good, or my playing's not good, then of course it's not going to look good on myself. And if I don't sound good, then it's not going to work for like videos. And if you learn the wrong thing, then that's going to be no help to anyone. So yeah. But the thing is, it's like with guitar playing, I've got my abilities to a level that I'm happy with. And the only things that I kind of want to work on really is, I guess, possibly some like lead and solo playing stuff. But otherwise, I'm pretty content with my guitar playing abilities. I just need to make sure that if I'm making videos or recording, it needs to be where it needs to be. You know, like playing on getting it tight on the grid. If I'm quad tracking, make sure all 4 guitars are like nice and tight and doesn't sound sloppy or messy or whatever, because I can't stand that nowadays. It's different if you're like, it's different if you're a band that records live, because then you can get away with like being in and out of time. But if you're recording to like grids and stuff, you can't mess around with that kind of stuff. What do you recommend to friends in the scene? I would. Okay, so if you don't have any friends in the scene and you want to start a band, do what I did and just write songs, because I didn't really know any black metal musicians. Well, I knew a few, but I had a few like metal fans who were friends who are fans of heavy metal and stuff, but they weren't into like black metal and they didn't want to be in black metal bands. So luckily, I was able to find a few people at my college who were interested in playing like live and stuff. So that's how Premature Birth became a live thing, because I started by just writing songs by myself, and my cousin, he's a drummer, so he recorded drums for the first ever demo, Genocide. It's super rare. You won't find it online. You won't find it incomplete online, because only 4 songs have ever been available online. It's a 7-track demo. There's only 70 copies in the world, and they were mostly distributed in the UK circle. But yeah, that's how that started. So I didn't really know anyone who wanted to make black metal, but I was able to record songs, and that was kind of like enough of a pitch to be like, hey, look, this is what I have in mind. This is the way I want to go with the music. Are you interested? And then that's how that started. But if you don't have that at all, or if you're in a place that's a bit more secluded and you're not surrounded by musicians, I'll say like Discord is a really, really good spot now, because you can join some groups for people who are looking into bands. Just get talking to people, go to gigs, make friends. That's the best way you can do it, really. Or release some music and have people interested in joining you and doing it that way. So that's the best things I can recommend. US black metal bands, Nightbringer is probably my favorite. Nightbringer is probably my favorite US band. Ackless are cool. Who else is there? US black metal. I mean, I've listened to like Agarlock and Wolves in the Throne Room. I think they're from the States. Yeah, I've listened to like some of their stuff, but it's not like I'm in love with the music. What other US bands are there? You guys probably know more US bands than I do. Judas Iscariot was another band that was like, okay, yeah, they're kind of cool. People keep trying to get me into Grand Belial's Key, and all their politics and lyrics and themes aside, I don't enjoy them that much as well. Yeah, Nidrosian scene. Yes, the band I like the most from the Nidrosian scene is Hordenreich, because I just like their music the most. That's pretty much it, and they just happen to be like super chill dudes, and yeah, nice people. That's my favorite band from the Nidrosian scene. I've seen Mare, I've seen One Tail One Head when they were gigging. I haven't seen Ritual Death. I want to catch Vemod because I think they'll be better live than on recording. Cool. Oh shit, yeah, Stormkeep are fantastic. Yeah. Stormkeep. Yeah, I they were playing in the UK, and I really wanted to see them, but it was my friend's wedding the same day, so I had prior commitments, and yeah. Oh, your Reshagor CD arrived. Nice one, Robert. Enjoy it. That's awesome. Thank you, Domingo. Leviathan. Never really got into Leviathan. Demon Sea I've not listened to, and Inquisition. I've seen Inquisition live, but it's not really my kind of thing. Those bands. Ancient North. I never listened to them. What would you start to learn guitar theory for black metal? With my lessons, with my black metal music theory lessons. That's the best place to start, honestly. There's nothing there's no music theory that's actually catered to black metal playing, and I plan to make a another video on. I plan to make another video on black metal music theory, talking about like dissonance and intervals. So kind of why like dissonance kind of works and where to use it. I like tension and release and why some of those things work and how to pair it properly with other riffs. Because if your riff is, you know, dissonant all the time, then it's going to make it, then the impact's going to be severely depleted. It just won't sound as good. Because that's the whole reason why people like dissonance, is because it's surprising. And if everything is dissonant all the time, then it just doesn't become enjoyable, I find. British problems. My tea's gone cold. But yeah, let's check this. Demon Seas Very Evil. All right, I've got to check them out after the stream. Right, so I need you guys to help me adjust this level, because I have no idea how to adjust the settings or the what's it called, the sensitivity, or on these mics for YouTube. It's my first time streaming, and I'm not the most computer literate individual. So I just need you to be like thumbs up or thumbs down, or be like yes or no if it's too loud or too quiet or whatever. Like that should be okay. Does it sound alright, guys? Can you hear the riffs? It's checking out. Choke. What about now? See, I can. I'm muting myself. Channel level settings. It doesn't give me an option. Okay, still choking. That's really annoying. It's got to be like this quiet then. What about this now? That's really annoying. I think next time I've got to try and use like OBS or something, but I've got like a little practice amp. Let me try. What about now? Is this choking? It chokes when I play fast. Okay, that's really annoying. Okay, that's something to figure out for next time then. But I'll leave it with the amps for now and get the true cult raw sound, I guess. Bye, cool. All right, yeah. So yeah, this guitar, I guess I should talk before I put it away. I guess I should talk about like ownership with this guitar over the past few months, what I like and don't like. Okay, so everything except the body shape is nice. So I could probably try that running into an interface with the amps in and see how that goes. But yeah, with this guitar, the biggest issue I've had with this guitar is the body shape, because I play fast and I play aggressively, which causes a lot of stress in the upper shoulder. All right. And when I play this guitar for a longer period of time, that's when it gets a bit painful and quite annoying. I don't like it. But everything else is great. The neck feel is fantastic. The neck shape is really great. I like it. The only thing that I wish it had was the V shape, because then I can just play it like this and it sits a bit better. And then I can just do whatever the hell I want with it. But overall, it's been solid. Very, very little tuning issues. Closer. Yeah, very, very little tuning issues or anything like that. No problem with electrics or anything bad happening. You know, everything's been 100% cozy with this. So I'm going to try the audio interface now. Hopefully it doesn't screw me over or screw us over. But yeah, like, so this guitar has been real nice for the past little while. I've had it, hoping to get another guitar from Dean hopefully soon, but let's see. Can you guys hear that all right, or is it too much? Is that all good? Bit quiet. Okay, cool. That's fine. I just tested it on a lower volume for now. Is that better now? I know there's a bit of a delay in the chat, but choking out again, dude. This mic is crap. Yeah, and I wish there wasn't a limiter on the screen, or maybe it's in the Chrome settings. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Mic settings, Chrome. Settings, there we go. Oh, and I'm just on privacy and security. Oh, I think I'm getting somewhere. Ah, there we go. I don't think it's giving me like proper settings. Ah, weird. Whatever. But yeah, I guess that's gonna have to do for now. That's 1349, right? Channel level settings. So weird. Yes, YouTube wants people to live stream, but it doesn't want people to adjust their the microphone levels. Anyway, yeah. So the next Dean guitar, I don't know. I've got no idea what Dean. Actually, I've got a rough idea on what I want, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that one next. But I'm not going to say anything because I want it to be a bit of a surprise when it does arrive, and I can make a cool video for you guys in the channel. But yeah, anyway, let's do some. Yeah, the Dean Cadillac. Okay, so my issue with the Dean Cadillac is again body shape. It's why I don't play Les Pauls. It's because it just doesn't work for me. Like the body shape. Okay, let's do some actual guitar sacrilege now. Because this guitar does need a restring, but it needs something else a bit more. I just need to do some Tetris with some guitars because I'm getting out one of my favorite guitars ever. The DBZ Venom. So this one, I don't like taking it out too much because it's too nice. It's just super cool. It's like one of the best heavy metal looking guitars ever. But also it's signed by, you can't really see it from there, but it's signed by Dean Zielinski, the guy who actually created Dean guitars. But what I'm going to do now is show you guys neck sanding and how it all works, because this guitar, it does need a clean up and a restring, but I want to sand down the neck first because the fretboard is looking kind of dry. The last time this was restrung was in 2023, and I haven't even restrung it since then because I just don't want anything to go wrong with it. So the guitar that I used on the Unchain My Heart playthrough was my other DBZ, which is a Bird of Prey. That one is in D standard tuning. This one's in E standard tuning. So yeah, just going to angle this down so you can kind of see what I'm doing and how to shave down your neck, because the as nice as it is, the neck feel and the neck shape is fantastic. It's like if you put your hand on the body, for example, you'll feel a level of friction. And these new Deans have made me so spoiled because they've all got like satin backed necks. And then when you're playing one of these, it just feels like if you see my hand, like, I don't know if you can see this properly, but you see like my thumb is kind of dragging behind, and I hate it. And I didn't realize how much I hated it once I found that it was something that could be fixed. So now I'm going to perform absolute guitar sacrilege on a pretty priceless guitar, which is going to be shaving down the neck, because I don't plan on selling this guitar, and I don't want, yeah, and I'm not too bothered about like resale values or anything like that on this thing, because I want to keep this forever. Yeah. So first thing you do is, yep, and yep. So this is what you have to do to protect certain areas of the neck. Just use some masking tape on the areas that you don't want sanded. So generally around the nut. I'll show you guys shortly. So like this, around there. So it's far away from the headstock and all of it there, because basically what you want to do is just cover all of the areas that your thumb touches, because you want the least amount of resistance. Yeah. So then this is the neck. So you see, yeah, it's just round the. I don't know if you see it properly. No, too bright. You can just about see it on this camera. Yeah. So that's the first spot, and then the second one, again, just get your tape and do it to around where the strap hook lock thing is. Yeah. Yeah, I love this guitar, and I'm going to love it even more once the neck is sanded down and feels a lot nicer. And okay, one thing you also have to remember: once you do this, you can't go back. But then once you do it, it's going to kind of make sense. But practice first before you do it. It's not difficult to do, and it's not a bad thing if it goes wrong, But you just need to be careful. And what I do recommend, and thank you to Kakatir on the Discord group. So I'm using 1,000 grit sandpaper, and you can see I've done a bit already because I've done it. I've sanded down the neck on a few guitars. But yeah, and then you just have a tissue, or I'm sorry, not a tissue, a cloth. I'm getting a putting out electric sand, and then yeah. So I'm just keeping this as protection, and so I can wipe down the neck, and then that's it. You just go in and just start sanding, and you just perform sacrilege. So I don't recommend this if you're a collector, or if you're planning on flipping or reselling guitars or anything like that. I don't recommend doing this at all. But if you're someone who actually likes playing their guitars and you don't care about selling guitars on or resale value or anything like that, and if you just enjoy playing and want your guitars to play more, then I would recommend this. And the cool thing is that if you do it on a white guitar, you can't really tell that the neck has been sanded down. It just looks a lot more matte when you check it. But I might need another piece of sandpaper because this one's a bit used up. But yeah, it's very easy to do, and you have to just go by feel. Because if you feel like an area that's a little bit rough or a little bit sticky or not as smooth as you'd like it, then just shape it down a bit more. Yeah. Would you be interested? Hang on. Cult Fire members for BM Legends. The thing is that, okay, I like Cult Fire. They're a cool band. I don't know their music well enough to kind of like interview them about these things. However, I think that would make a really interesting conversation, speaking to Cult of Fire, with all of their Indian mythology and Buddhist, Hindu and Buddhist mythology themes and stuff. So it'd be interesting to talk about that with those guys. But musically, I need to become a lot more familiar with them because I've seen them live and it was very good. It's just I'd need to know a lot of their music a bit more beforehand. That's it. And whether they're happy to, I mean, they could do the interview in their with their stage outfits. You know, I've got no problem with that. I even mentioned it to Tobias of Dark Space, like even before we started the call. I was like, "Are you okay with showing your face?" And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Cool." So yeah, if they're happy to do it, I wouldn't mind speaking to them. But from my side, I need to find out more about them, basically, because I don't want to. I don't want it to be like a dry or dead conversation that's like one-sided, because it's just kind of crap that way. But already now this neck is feeling way nicer. It's just my my sandpaper is just not as it's just used up now. It's dead. So time to get another piece. Yeah, Codify would be an interesting one as well. I want to get Puttick of Dodheim's Guard as well. For Black Metal Legends, but I'd need to send him a message and arrange something with him. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. And if you want to learn more about Indian mythology, check out a podcast called the Nerdatorium, because it's run by Shalva, the original 1349 guitar player, the guy who wrote I'm Abomination. And he runs a podcast called the Nerdatorium, and I was on there when I was in the Oslo area. He invited me on, which was really cool, and we talked a little bit about Indian mythology there. So yeah, you can find out a bit more from that, and it's a pretty cool conversation. We talk about music, video games. Yeah, it's quite personal. It's quite personal. I don't know, like most of the time I talk about other things outside of myself. So it was really strange talking about myself, I guess. But yeah, it's nice. It was a really, really nice chat, and he's an awesome guy, and you're going to see more of him on the channel because we've got some stuff cooking, and it's going to be really, really damn cool once it's all filmed and ready and available for you guys. So yeah. Guitar sacrilege occurred now. Holy crap, that is awesome. Yeah, this is great. is it still clipping out when I'm playing? Because if it's clipping out the strings, then this is one of the worst mics ever. but yeah. Any progress on getting Isan or Abath? You know, I was thinking about this today, about getting Isan on the channel. Now, I don't have a direct link to Isan, but I did, I did reach out to Abath's manager via email, and I got nothing back. So that's that for you. Because yeah, I'd love to get Abath on. I'd love to get it'll be good to have like a heavy hitting name like Abath or Fenriz or any one of those guys, or Isan as well. But it's a case of, do they want to do it, and are they available, and how can I get in contact with them? Because the most people I get in touch with Black Metal Legends, I email out to them because I've been able to find their emails or a reliable direct contact, and I haven't been able with Abath or Isan. I even resorted to messaging Abath's TikTok page, but he doesn't run it himself. So yeah, it's tricky. It's I don't know, man. I know people, but I don't know those kind of people. Yeah, I'd love to chat to Isan. I'd love to talk about like how he writes and approaches music now, because like even with the Emperor stuff, it was just so good. Like one of the reasons why I enjoy the early Emperor so much, the early Emperor stuff so much, especially like anthems, is because it really helped me understand and how to utilize dual guitars when writing. So when two guitars are playing completely different things, they can still sound good harmonically, and it's something that I've used for a very, very long time since I figured out some stuff and the way they did it. And Emperor at Bloodstock in 2014 is still the best show I've ever witnessed and ever seen. It was seriously damn good. And I saw Emperor before I flew out to Korea, and it was really great. But the sound was not as good as it was on Bloodstock 2014. But that was a really great show because they had both Trim and Faust playing. So it was like Faust used his kit, Trim used his kit, and they played different songs. So it was nice to honor them both, I found, and it was a really spectacular show. And I love Emperor. I would also like to get Sectum on as well, their bass player, on Black Metal Legends, because he plays in Odium and Merkskog, which are two fantastic bands as well. So I'd like to check that out as well. And he also played in Zyklon. Now the thing is, like the younger kids won't understand how insane Zyklon was back in the day. I know follow possibly. I'm just reading the messages. See, I am in contact with Peaceville, and I did ask, but I didn't ask for him directly. I just gave like a list of a few people, and I remember them saying Fenris will be difficult. So that's the thing. So yeah, Fenris is going to be difficult, and if he wants to do it as well, because I'm not going to force him to do it if he doesn't want to do it. Like, come on, man. Like, I only want people who want to be on Black Metal Legends, and yeah, and people that I know I have things to talk about with, so it doesn't end up being a dry episode or anything like that. Yeah, so Abath would be cool. Yeah, Nocturno Colto was awesome. He's really cool. I haven't spoken to him in a little while, but we have exchanged some emails and stuff since then as well. So it's cool. Ted's great. And then running the dark for social media, possibly that could help. But yeah, it's no harm in asking. But yeah, it's ultimately whether Fenris wants to do it. That's the question. Does Fenris want to do it? Because you can ask people and stuff, but if they don't want to do it, then I'm not going to force them. Yeah, the Bloodstock audio of Emperor's set does not do it justice. It really doesn't do it justice. What does do justice is the Brutal Assault videos, because I saw a recent clip of Deicide playing there, and the sound is great. I wish more people kind of like cared more about that end of the recording side. Maybe it might have been mixed after Brutal Assault, but I don't know. It just sounded way better than Bloodstock does. If I was playing a Bathory tribute, yeah, that would be cool. Is it true you can start by walking? You can if people care about Batushka. The thing is, I don't care about Batushka, and I never really bothered with any of their music, and I never got into any of those bands, even though I've seen one of the Batushkas live. But Batushka don't have riffs like this, man. $10 points to whoever figures out that whoever knows what 1349 riff this is. Istap, I listened to them for one of the tier lists, and I didn't really like it, but maybe if I go back to it, I might enjoy it a bit more. Who knows? I haven't checked them out since like 2022, when tier list 2 came out, or whatever it was. Yeah, that got a lot of people pissed off. Tier list 1 and 2. So yeah. Nice. Jackson V. Yeah, Jackson V's are cool. They're cool guitars. Isan's Pretty Sparkle Grape Telly. Do you know what? I think it's kind of cool. I wouldn't play it myself, but it's kind of cool. Oh shit, you're working on the cameras. That's awesome. Look at guitar. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Colin. But yeah, let's see if you guys can guess this 1349 riff. I'll give you a clue. It's on Beyond the Apocalypse. They recently played it. They recently had it on their touring set list as well. So if you did get to see them this year, I wish I got to see them this year. But if you did get to see them this year, then yeah, they would have definitely played the song that riff's from. Yeah, Blood is the Mortar. Yeah, nice one. Drive by, like just causing a little pass through mayhem. Let's see. I'm gonna play some more riffs and see if you guys can figure out what they are. Let's start off with like. Okay, I think we're back. Haha, that was funny. Really weird. You sent me on Discord. Okay, cool. I see it now. Yeah, I hope everyone's here. I have no idea what happened. But yeah, let's start off with some basic black metal riffs. All right, cool. All right, Jotunheim, have a good one. Nice one. Yep, yeah, that's nice and easy. Let's try something a little bit more tricky now. But it's not 1349. Seriously, no one got it? Come on. No, it's not Toka. Yes, someone got it. Nick lives. Yes, Stella Master Elite. Yes, yes, you got it. Nice one. Sweet. And let's do something else. What else would be a fun one? I still need to restring this. I'm just having too much fun now playing. Okay, so let's see. Something cool. Let's make it a bit of a hard tier one. Okay, I've got one. Norwegian band. That's your first clue. Here's a clue. They've been on Black Metal Legends. Ah, yes, Kevin. Kevin got it. It's Pantheon Eye. But what's the song? I don't know. Okay, so no one got it. It was Cyanide Storm by Pantheon Eye. But yeah, Kevin's 100% right. Pantheon Eye is amazing. But yeah, okay. So the issue is that I'm running off YouTube's live stream thing, and I'm using my my laptop speaker, a mic, and stuff. And what's happening is that whenever I play through any plugin or an amp or anything, it just completely I just get cock blocked basically by YouTube. So it's like yeah, that's why everything's going to be all like acoustic until a possible next stream if I decide to stream again. But yeah, Ascending is a nice song, and that's yeah, Pantheon Eye. You guys got to check them out, man. They're an underappreciated gem from the Norwegian black metal scene in the 2000s. Absolute magic. Super cool. All right, let's get restringing this, and then depending on time, I might have to call it a day. But what this is? Okay, yeah. So this is a Floyd guitar now, and these are always a bit more strenuous to tune and sort out because you need more tools and things to fix these with. Yeah. I don't like restringing this guitar. It's too precious. Don't want things to go wrong, and I don't want to accidentally fuck things up. Yeah. By the way, are you guys getting much ads from the stream? Like, are they intrusive or anything like that? I'm not sure. I'll play myself above all after the guitar is restrung. But I know some bits of it. I know some bits of that song. I just need to play the guitar and figure it out once this is done. I'm just very intent on getting the guitar restrung at the moment. Okay. Right. Damn. But yeah, like white guitars with gold hardware is so underrated. It's such a stunning color combination. Just very, very classy style. Yeah. But I guess we should talk about this guitar and how I acquired it. So I was originally in talks with buying this particular guitar back in a piece of wood back in 2020, just before COVID. Yeah, so just before COVID, I got in contact with someone who was selling this, and we agreed on a price, and then he was like, "No, I don't want to sell it." So like, okay, cool. And then I ended up buying the Stealth V. So it's the black V shape that I have with the EMGs, and it's used on the C standard black metal video that I did a few years back. So I got that guitar back at the beginning of 2020, just before the pandemic, because I wanted a guitar for C standard, and this was originally going to be that one. So yeah, so I got in touch with the guy about a year later, asking if he still had it, because I was thinking about this guitar for a whole year and I just really wanted it. And then we agreed on a price, and then I picked up, and that's how this was obtained. And it's still one of the nicest playing guitars ever made. The neck is pretty much perfect, and it's still technically a type of Dean, not a Dean, but a DBZ Venom. And these are super hard to find and come by. And then the company changed its name to Diamond Guitars, and they lost the cool headstock. Like, look how cool this headstock is. Look at it, it's just like fucking kill people with it. And then now it looks like a Jackson-y kind of headstock, like how they have on the Les Pauls, like a Solar headstock. It doesn't look as meaty as these do. So yeah, that was a little bit disappointing. I will have to admit, when the company got sold off or whatever. But the 7-string versions of these, I absolutely, oh man, I really, really want one of them, because they look so stunning. A bird of prey or a venom. They're everything that I kind of want from a guitar now. It's rare, 7-string, 24 fret, nice pickups. Don't need to do much except set it up and just play the hell out of it. And that's all I can honestly ask for those guitars. So yeah, I'm on the lookout for one of those. If you have a lead, hopefully UK based, someone who has a DBZ 7-string, let me know, because it's very likely I will give them an offer to purchase their guitar off their hands, because I want another 7-string. And yeah, and I think there's been a few questions. Give me a moment while I just remove these strings, and I will tighten up each saddle so the little block in the bridge doesn't fall out, and then I will answer a few questions before I take out a set of strings and answer your questions. But yeah, like these DBZ guitars, they are unbelievably stunning guitars. Like everyone who's played them, that I've let them, everyone who I let play these guitars love them. They sound great, they look great, they're rare, they're just nice machines. All right, let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go in question order. So so the first one is play myself above all. I will after I restring this guitar. Why do so many black metal fans hate dissection? It's because it's the same with all music. Everyone's very opinionated, and everyone thinks they're right, and a lot of people just don't like what dissection are or became. Like, admittedly, I'm not a big dissection fan. I like a few of their songs, and the rest I think is okay. But it would be silly for me to be like, oh, they're crap if I only like a few of their songs, because they've left an insane legacy and they've even influenced my playing in a way. So, they're not a bad band. Dissection has never ever been a bad band. I even had Bryce from Dissection on Black Metal Legends recently, and he's a proper cool guy. He talked about the Dissection, talked to a lot about Dissection and what they were thinking about, and how things were going when he was in the band. And it all seemed, very, very proper in a way, for the most part. And the thing is, even though I don't talk about it much on the channel and I don't really enjoy talking about these things, black metal does become quite ideological. People think they're right, people have their own beliefs or something, or they get way too caught up in Satanism and rituals and trying to be evil and stuff. But ultimately, look, it's all bullshit. It's really just about like the music. If you're one of those people that just is like outspokenly like racist and makes all your music about that, then of course you're not gonna be the most a very, very high quality person. Let's be really honest here. So that does get in the way of things, and a lot of people get caught up in this idea of what black metal should be, rather than what it actually is. And what black metal was back in the day, and what it is still, is just a bunch of dorks making crazy music. Yeah, that's pretty much the core of what black metal started from, and what it was, how it was when it was the scene back in the day. It was just some people who were just, liked a few little different things, had a bit of an obscure music taste, but it was all about having fun until things became more ideological, and then we know exactly how that turned out. One of my favorite stories about like the early black metal scene is this, and it's to do with Dead of Mayhem and Morbid. So he used to draw a lot, and one of the things that he used to do was draw something called the Evil Seed, which was an angry sperm cell. And he used to just do that. So it was just a bunch of dudes just like having fun. How like 17, 18-year-olds do on TikTok now is pretty much exactly the same kind of thinking as it was back then, until it became more ideological. Because to begin with, it really just wasn't. It was just trying to make evil music and have fun, and that's really what black metal should be. And it's what the people who I guess kind of understand that are generally the cooler people to hang out with. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, anyway, so that's a whole bunch of things about that. So yeah, I think people just get too caught up in the ideology of black metal, not what it actually is, which is just, people just want to make music and evil music. That's why I got into black metal, because I wanted to make some cool evil music. I don't want to be a church burner. I don't want to, be a Satanist or any dumb crap like that. Like, no, there's no point. It's just silly things. Silly things ruin things for a lot of people. But yeah, let's go back to some of the other questions. Dissection. Okay, I used to collect CDs. I don't know how many do I have, but I can show you some later. Yeah, I could show you some CDs later, because I got given a few and I bought a few in the last few months. Is there a story with Squall and the line hop? And yeah, so if we're excluding racing games, Final Fantasy VIII is my favorite game ever. And when I was, I played Final Fantasy VIII when I was 18, and I was just obsessed with it. And then I was like, I guess I should try and find this Griever pendant. So I got one, and I'm very, very glad I did. So yeah, that's the story behind that. It's my favorite game. I never take it off. I've worn it on every show since 2015. The first show I ever, I think, did wearing this Griever pendant was supporting Suda in 2015 at their first ever London show. This was with Premature Birth. There was one really cool piece of footage that was on YouTube from that show. And it's because we covered Mother North, and we did a damn good job of covering Mother North. And I wish I downloaded it off the guy's channel, and the person who had it on his channel went a bit rogue and deleted all his social medias and stuff. So that's a shame. But I wish I still had that, because it was such a cool memory, and it's still by far one of the best shows that I've ever done, supporting Shooter back in the day. They're really, really nice dudes. Got talking to their guitarist after they played Cosmic Void, and yeah, he's a really, really sound dude, a really, really nice guy. And yeah, we got talking about like all things music and gear and stuff. But yeah, that was that's the Griever pendant. It's still Final Fantasy VIII is still my most favorite game ever. And I hope they never ever remake it, because it's not going to have the same magic. Because Final Fantasy VII has the Final Fantasy VII remake has the spirit, but it doesn't have the magic. That's the issue with most of these remakes. But yeah, let's see what was running those. Okay, see. Seven String Bird of Prey is great, man. You should get modded. Yeah, I intend to, Jose. I really, really intend to. I'd love to play and own one of those. They're just super rare and hard to find, and generally quite expensive. But I'm definitely going to try and get my hands on one of those. PlayStation got me into black metal. Are you making any black metal project? Yes, I have Ereshkigal, my band, which you can check out. The videos are on the channel. Ereskigal, not Ereshkigal, like the Mexican band Eres, Eres, Ereshkigal. We spelled it differently because we knew there was a Mexican band, and we didn't want to be anything like them. So, yep, that's my project, and I've also got the YouTube projects and stuff, and Detention, the project with me and Blackthorn of Thorns. That's going to be cooking some stuff up. But yeah, that's my biggest musical projects right now. Sage very childish conception. I don't know, write my own stuff. Yeah, I think history is a really, really cool topic to use for lyrics. I never really bothered too much with lyrics. I care more about the sound of the vocal than the lyrics, and the only time I really care about lyrics if they're being like, obscenely racist or whatever. Yeah. Edgy, pissing people off and love. Kinda, yeah. I mean, like, there's always going to be some kind of rebellious element to black metal. It's more the case of how do you want to behave around it, because it's very easy to become one of those like cringe black metal dudes. And trust me, you don't want to be a cringe black metal dude. It's way more fulfilling to be a nice black metal dude that is able to make friends and connections with people all around the world, and relate to a lot of people. I think that's way more fulfilling. Oh, hello, Martin. What's my favorite Carpathian Forest album? None of them. I'm not a huge fan of sound tricky. Oh yeah, you get a bunch of people who are yeah, you get a lot of people who are purists. Like, admittedly, I do like the Norwegian stuff the most, but that's because I just like that kind of music the most. Yeah, people who do rituals and stupid things get checked. Yeah. Did you get to talk to Tudor Boys when you opened for them? Very briefly. I spoke to them most recently, which was nearly 10 years later. The only things I remember saying to them back in 2015 was like, "Oh, dude, you guys were awesome," and they're like, "Oh, thank you," and yeah, it wasn't too much. I was speaking to their drummer a little bit. He was the old drummer, Anti-Christian. He was super friendly. He's a really, really cool dude. I spoke to him the most. I know he's in another project now. He left Suda, which is a shame, because he had such a personality when he was playing drums. It's really great. I like 7 more. It's very easy that people would appreciate 7 more than 8 because it's a lot more approachable, I find. But I think Final Fantasy VIII does more human emotions better, and that's one of the reasons why I like the game. I like the game the most. And yeah, look, this is why you need to clean your fretboard, guys. That's grim as hell. That is disgusting. Can't be dealing with that on your fretboards. Name of a band, Sarcom. Yeah, there's already a band called Sarcom. Unless you call it like Sarcom Death or something, or find Sarcom in a different language. Hello, Pedro. I vote for Pedro. Which Druk is not my favorite black metal band. My favorite black metal band is 1349. They're from Norway. Barrett is my favorite character in Final Fantasy. Yeah, man, Barrett is such a gangster. Yeah, what a hero. What a hero. I will admit though that Final Fantasy VII overall has better characters than Final Fantasy VIII. But it's funny because everyone else is kind of silly in Final Fantasy VIII, and Squall actually has like most of his head in check, and he's like, God damn it, you know. And there's this one part in the game where you can pick like certain options, and one of those is like look after the hot dogs. Look after the hot dogs in the cafeteria, the Balam Garden hot dogs, man. Like, you don't get stuff like that in Final Fantasy VII, and it's little things like that that make FF8 just that little bit better than FF7. Because it's just sillier and it's more fun. Make sure the hot dogs don't get stolen or something like that. You got to find the clip. And there's one moment where you're trapped in the game, you're stuck in prison, and one of the options you can say to someone is, your breath stinks. It's like, dude, so much fun. FF8, it's just so wacky, and I love it. Yeah, really, really good game. Definitely play Final Fantasy VIII if you get the chance. You can get it on Nintendo Switch, PS4, PSP, PS3. I think you can probably get it on PS5 as well. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I will look at the chat in a second. This fretboard is disgusting. And the last time I properly played this guitar was the Liberation playthrough I did with Shalva of 1349, which you guys need to check out because that is one of the best albums ever. Absolutely ever. Love Liberation to the death. And please watch the 1349 album tier list because it's quite a fun video. Right, let's see some questions. Is that all right? Crazy or fast? Okay, so quick. Okay, so I'm going to answer the quick questions quickly. Panzerfaust, they're okay. I never really got into them. Ebony fretboard, yes, it's an ebony fretboard on this, and it looks super nice now because it's oiled. It looks way darker and feels much fresher. Now, okay. Demon R, the last 1349 with those crazy riffs, fast plus more black metal sound. For the evil black metal sound, yeah. But the thing is, the Infernal Pathway, the album after Massive Cauldron, has a lot of Demon Noir elements to it. It's just a bit more. It's more on the fun. Okay, so you've got like the dark side of the spectrum, and you've got the fun side of the spectrum. The Infernal Path, like Demon Noir, is like fully dark, and Infernal Pathway is more fun. Massive Cauldron is more fun as well. I think those three albums is a nice evolution for 1349. But the thing is, Demon Noir will always be Demon Noir. It's such a signature sound on that album, and it's the most important black metal album for me because it was my first black metal album, and I will always cherish and love that album because it's always going to be a highlight to like my guitar life and playing life and YouTube career or whatever, because everything still stems from Demon Noir. That's why it's so important, and it's one of the reasons why that's like, you know, my top album ever, because it was the most important. Even though I don't listen to it so much these days. Well, I mean, I've always given Demon Noir regular listens because it's still my favorite album. But I've been listening to Beyond the Apocalypse and Liberation a lot more lately from the 1349 stuff. So yeah, it's it's one of those albums that kind of takes you into a different place, and you need to be ready for it because that's not a place you want to stay. Let's put it like that. It's a very, very grim album, Demon Noir. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Massive Cauldron, super, super cool. Infernal Pathway, super cool. The new album, I've given enough of my thoughts on the latest video, so yeah, definitely check that out. If you've got any specific questions on The Wolf and the King, then definitely ask. I'm happy to talk about it in a bit more detail. But yeah, let's see some other questions. Have you done post dreams on YouTube? Oh, I've not heard of the album. I've heard of the band Weakling, but I've not listened to any of their music actually, not recently. Anyway, Psalm 7, yeah, Psalm 777 is one of the 1349 songs. I love it. I love the sound of that album. I mean, I love the sound of that song. I love the riffs. It's chaotic. It's frantic. It's everything. It's a really good Archaon 1349 song. Yeah, really good. I do know Imperial Crystalline Entombment. Yes, I rediscovered them. I refound them the other day, and I was like, holy crap! I remember these guys. Yeah, they're funny. They're a fun band. We're doing some new stuff for the boys. Still got to sit some. When I have some stuff written, because other projects are taking up my time, Daryl. That's the issue. It's like the thing is like, as much as I want to make my own music, that has to get sidetracked from time to time for various other reasons. And but it is still cooking and it's still brewing and it's still all in the works. It's a case of I need to give you something that's ready to be mixed, and nothing is at that point yet. And that's the quick answer. Do you know why Shava left 1349? I do, and there are many reasons. And the biggest one is he wanted to work more on Pantheon Eye, which is totally understandable. Have I... Martin, you're so jokes, bro. Have I ever watched Until the Light Takes Us? Until the Light Takes... Never. Until the Light Takes Us is one of my favorite things. Absolutely love Until the Light Takes Us. Even Helvete, the other documentary on black metal, that was fantastic. That was really well done. Some justice for my boy Snorter in that as well. Yeah. What else? What do you think of downtune, like downtune 6-string B-side? I mean, that's fine. I have downtune guitars to low tunings. It's just easier with a 7-string, and the 7-string kind of gives you a bit more options than just down tuning, because you've got a whole extra string to mess around and play with. So that always is handy. And sometimes, and the thing is, it's like a 6-string guitar is usually built for 6-string guitar tunings. You know, that's anything from A till C sharp at a push, and then people usually decide whether they want to go lower on a 6-string or they want to go to a 7-string. And most people just end up going for the 7-string option, I find, because it's just easier sometimes. Yeah, but I do want to get an 8-string at some point. I want a Dean 8-string, of course. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's up. The thing is, at the moment, what I'm running out of is space. Space, yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. Just make sure you clean your fretboards regularly, because it does look quite disgusting. And then when we launch a site, yes, and then we can make backing tracks and music for the site as well. If anyone here knows how to develop a website, let me know, because Daryl and I were thinking of making like a website that's based around audio and audio tech and guitar tones and presets and things like that. So if you just want to go to one spot and find a place where you can just easily get some good black metal tones, that's basically what's up. So if you've got anything, if you know anyone, or if that's your field or anything like that, just let me know via email and we can discuss things further. 8 strings like Bluetooth. Yeah, like with the 8-string stuff. Yeah, I'd love to play like Portal songs and stuff. It's just like with Portal especially, it's so difficult to figure out what the hell is going on most of the time. So it's hard work to transcribe for sure. Yeah, it's hard work to transcribe Portal stuff, and yeah, I don't want to. I need to have the right tool as well to try and help me work things out. Yeah, but Portal, what a band! I hope people just thank you, Sir Bong. Yeah, this is a quite cool collection I built up over the years. God bless eBay, I guess. Yeah, most of these guitars are from eBay or Facebook Marketplace. I haven't bought a brand new guitar. I haven't bought a brand new guitar. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, this is getting kind of boring. Restringing. I wish I could. It would be so nice to have a guitar tech so they can do this for me. I don't have the patience for it sometimes. But yeah, we're here. We're here. And yeah, so but yeah, with this website, that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to create. Think of it like a library with places where you can just easily find presets and things like that. So it's like, oh, where can I get a black metal tone? It's like, okay, yeah, here. Just go here. And then you've got multiple options and you just find out what you like from certain samples and stuff. So that's the basic idea of what the idea is. If I ever make enough money, I'll do it. Name your price, Daryl. But yeah, we'll see if yeah, we'll see if someone else can do it. Because if someone else can work on the back end of the website, then we can focus on the on more of the content of it as well. Yeah, you got to be careful with Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes you could just run into some proper weird brothers out there. Oh, thank you, Blaska. More cool videos and lessons and stuff incoming. Glad you're enjoying the channel, man. Costly having a guitar tech. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Let's see. Cool, but yeah. Other things about this guitar that I can share with you guys. Any trivial fun facts? So this guitar has never been used live. The only guitar that I've used live since 2018 has been the Razorback 7-string, because some songs that I wrote on a 6-string just ended up sounding cooler on some parts of those songs. So just playing on the lower string sounded really cool, and then the other guitarist could play like more 6-string parts. That'd be super cool. What's my favorite Gohil era Gorgoroth album? Yes, now we're talking. Okay, so all right, I'll answer the French black metal question shortly. The best Gohil era album is Ad Majorum Satanas Gloriam, and that's the best Gorgoroth album hands down, because Gorgoroth aren't very good at writing albums, and that's a really great one because there's very few skippable or boring moments in the album. I really like how it's written. I really like the song order, and you've got some of Gorgoroth's best songs on there as well. So that to me is peak Gorgoroth, and that's the Gorgoroth that I grew up with and the Gorgoroth I remember, which is King of Hell and Gohil, and those guys just creating some proper evil stuff. Yeah, so yeah, I really like that as well. And then after that is Twilight of the Idols. That is my second favorite Gorgoroth album, because that's also a King and Gohil album. And I really like the way those two work together and write songs. Yeah, I think it's, for me, the coolest Gorgoroth stuff. But they've written some good stuffs in the past, like Insipid Satan and Unchain My Heart are two highlights. Same with Destroyer. But the thing is, like, the rest for me is kind of filler, and I just never really resonated with it the same way. Songwriting perspective, Infernus's songs, I disagree. I think they've got. I'm not sure. I don't think they have the same kind of power the King songs have. Like Carving a Giant isn't that guitar-y, but because it's less guitar-y and more focused on a type of force, it's just much more powerful. And same with like Prosperity and Beauty and things like that. Yeah, you can't find Ad Majorum or Twilight anywhere really. And yeah, they're good at changing lineups, because I've heard mixed things about members in the band on a personal level that I don't want to get into too much. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be the easiest band to work with. I have not seen Gorgoroth live during the Gohil era. I was going to talk about French bands. Very quickly, I didn't see Gorgoroth in their Gohil era. I saw Gorgoroth when they had Pest on vocals in 2011. And then the last few times I've seen Gorgoroth was with Hurst on vocals. And yeah, like Pest is tonally, I get why people like Pest, but when it comes to like being a vocalist on stage, Hurst is way better. Definitely more of a personality on stage. And because he brought all the Talker musicians with him as well, the band's better now. So yeah, overall as a package, the Hurst era of Gorgoroth live is better. Yeah, that's what I would say. And French black metal bands, the one I like, the ones that pop out for me at the moment are Moore, I think they're called. Getting stabbed by my own guitar. Moore, they're kind of cool. Blut as Nord are kind of cool. Was it Vehemence? They're quite cool as well. They've got some really, really nice guitar work in their albums. Is Fortress like with an E? Aren't they French as well? They've got really nice albums. It's like their logo looks like it's got candles in it. Yeah. Jose's got it. Fortress. Yeah, that's the one. Those guys. But yeah, we discussed a Deathspell more on this earlier on in the stream, and I never got into Deathspell. I appreciate what they do, but for me, they don't really have like riffs, man. It's like if you listen to I'm Abomination, that's a riff. If you listen to Stellar Master Elite, for example, that's a riff. There's like no Deathspell riff that I'm like, damn, that's pretty wavy. I'm vibing to this. I haven't really had that with. I haven't really found that with Deathspell, unfortunately. I'm willing to be proven wrong, though. I know people have really, really enjoyed them. But yeah, I never really got into Deathspell. I wonder who replaced Hust on vocals. I don't know. Probably some dude from the Bergen scene. I have no idea who's going to be the new vocalist. But let's see. I don't know. It's hard to say with Gorgoroth. I don't know what's going to happen with them or what they're going to do moving forward. But apparently they're working on some new material as well. So let's see how that turns out, because I never really enjoyed anything past Ad Majorum. But yeah, if I'm missing a few questions, I will get back to you in just a moment. I just want to get this stuff done, because it's been way too long since this has had a tune-up. But yeah, let's see. What do you prefer to play? Classic Dark Throne. I prefer playing the more fun 1349 stuff, because whenever I'm playing guitar, I want to feel my heart race. It's one of the reasons why Ereshkigal is so fast and so... Oh shit, I'm rounding up this bolt. It's one of the reasons why Ereshkigal is the way it is, because I don't really want to play like, especially live, I don't want to play like slow, kind of like mid-tempo stuff, because it doesn't excite me in the slightest. I want to go 1,000,000% all the time, especially for a live and a band purpose. So I think too many people are taking a step back when I like to make that kind of step forward when it comes to the playing. I want it to be more insane, more crazy, more just more, but use it effectively. And yeah, I much prefer like the fast 1349 stuff. Plus, I love like playing 1349 songs. They're so exciting to play. They always keep you on your toes, and it's always a challenge. It's never an easy 1349 song, because when you get to let's like take the Liberation playthroughs, for example. When you get to that point where you've got to record all of their songs in one take, yeah, you've got to be so on the ball. Like if you try and do Pitch Black in one take, yeah, just give Pitch Black a go. If you get that in one take, yeah, with no mistakes, then you're going to be like, damn, you're going to realize there's a part of you kind of like unlocks. It's a real achievement, and I think this has gone wrong. It's a real achievement to play one of those kind of songs. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting point. Deathspell's Blut has Nord about the sick riffs. Yeah, like Blut as Nord has more riffs than Deathspell. And it's the same kind of concept and idea. I think Blut as Nord, as a band, I prefer what they do over Deathspell. Okay, I need to restring this thing because it's all. I mean, I need to take this string out because it's going all wrong. Not good. I think I saw in the comments. Let me just read the comments. Deathspell. Gohil would not join Gorgoroth again. I guarantee he would never ever step foot in the Gorgoroth camp again, because of what happened with like all the legal lawsuit stuff. And like if I was him, I wouldn't be part of Gorgoroth. And I think Gohil is in a much happier place now, so he wouldn't go back to that. Let's see. New arrests. Oh yeah, new Ereshkigal songs like N1. Yeah, this new song is in some ways more frantic than N1. It's in that kind of vein. It's in N1 territory. The most recent song that Dan and I wrote. Yeah, it's a cool one. How do I like my cornflakes? Crispy, or do you like them soft? Well, I like them crispy. No. You've got to have them when they're really soft. First, you've got to put in the milk, and then you got to eat it. Peak black metal moments. Let's see. Synth-driven black metal. Yeah, I mean, like a Dark Space, a lesson has kind of on the card. Same with Paysage Diva. But I've never. Yeah, I just haven't made one of those videos. Yeah. What guitar strings do I recommend? D'Addario NOI XLs if possible. If they're out your budget, go for the regular ones. They don't feel as good, but they're a bit better. God's vocals. The thing is with the thing is, as a vocalist, when it comes to the raw sound, Gohil's vocals sound coolest to me from all the Gorgoroth vocals. And the thing is with like reverb and all that kind of stuff, reverb is just a production thing. It's not 100% indicative of what the actual artist's voice sounds like. And every black metal release ever, even live as well, there's a bunch of reverb. and stuff. It's reverb is a thing that you can't get away from. It's just a case of who's engineering it and who has more or less reverb. But Gohil as a vocalist, he naturally just has that kind of more drawn out kind of vocal sound, and that's really cool. I found, but the thing is, it's like it's not even just Goroth that he had cool vocals in. It's Gar's weird. It's Wardruna when he was part of the band as well. So I got to see Wardruna when Gar was in the group, and that was cool. Yeah, Gar is. I think Gar in some ways is quite underrated. Now, especially because he's doing few at like black metal projects, and the thing is, like all the Gar era albums from all the Gorgoroth Gar era albums are not on Spotify. And that's probably one of the reasons why people are drawn to more other eras of Gorgoroth, let's say. But yeah, Hat's vocals, they were pretty crazy. Yeah, I still find like when it comes to like super crazy vocals, it's that one geezer from Bethlehem, from that album that looks like that alien creature is on the front. Yeah. Horner's chorus. Yeah, Horner's vocalist is kind of cool. That raw kind of black metal sound. Let's see what else. How's like Wicked Witch of the West Meth, yeah. Ariok. Yeah, it's okay. So okay, yeah. So Emperor Magus, I didn't see Dark Funeral live with him, but I saw him with the other guy. I think it was the guy after Nutrum. No, not Nutrum. So Dark Funeral, after Emperor Magus left, they got the a bold guy. He was a really cool vocalist. I didn't get to see him, but it was the guy after. I think it's their most recent that guy. Yeah, he was okay. He was cool. But Ariok, yeah, for sure, he's super powerful. Probably, yeah, definitely one of the better live black metal vocalists now. And really, with Ariok, he's Funeral Mist is always going to be my favorite Swedish. Salvation anyway is my favorite Swedish black metal album, and I don't think Hecatomb or the other one that came after. Basically, for me, peak Funeral Mist is Salvation. Yeah, Rainier Lanferman. Yeah, that guy. Dictus Denakari. Yeah, that one. Favorite drive pedal. Don't know. Probably a ST9 Pro plus the Cannibal Corpse one. Werewolf of St. Alec Monster. Yeah, he's got good vocals. Favorite Immortal album, At the Heart of Winter. I think we talked about that earlier in the stream. At the Heart of Winter is definitely my favorite. Definitely my favorite Immortal album by far, 100%. But yeah, now it comes tuning a Floyd Rose. And give me 2 minutes while I wash my hands because they feel icky and gross. So I'm going to be back in a moment. Argue about Gorgoroth amongst yourselves. Right. Demon Sea. Yeah. That's definitely on the list. If you're in the Discord, DM me with a cool songs of theirs from Demon Sea. Favorite death metal band. Favorite death metal bands: Nile, Portal, Impetuous Ritual, Dead Congregation. Probably Morbid Angel. Pseudo God. Yeah, they're the ones. Satanic War Master, good fun riff black metal. I never got into. I mean, ever since I worked out that kind of style of guitar playing with all the dyads and stuff, like Satanic War Master, Sargeist, I was just like, bruv, this is. I can do this now. This is. I figured everything out. Like, what's the point anymore? And when it comes to dyad riffs, Nathikana midsection riff, game over. Garlet era is best, yeah. Hail Pest the Skullet. Yeah, dude, he had a crazy skullet. Do you know Ugra Karma? I bought that and I only ever listened to it once. I never really liked it. Yeah, see, Satanic War Master, I want to see live because I want to see if they can put on a good show. But from what you're saying, let's see. Uwada's vocalist, never got into those guys. Asahadun, don't know who they are. Tol Korm Nos. That sounds insane. From Pale. Grey Field is the pinnacle of black metal mastery. Danny Filth. Do you know what? Danny Filth as a vocalist, technically, in his prime and in his peak, is overall a better vocalist, technically, than most other people because of what he's able to do with his voice. The man has more than just a high tone and a low tone. He uses his voice more. But the best Cradle of Filth album for me is Dusk and Her Embrace. And the best song of theirs for me, it's a. I listened to Her Ghost in the Fog more, but as an overall best song, Funeral in Carpathia for sure. I remember when we watched the Martin, man, that was hits after hits after hits. That was a great show. Like Cradle of Filth were amazing for 2 songs, then Danny Filth wore out after those songs. But it was fun, you know, and I still haven't drunk my tea, and that was bitterly cold. Ah, yes. Frozen. Never heard of the Polish band Odraza. See, that's what I don't like. The only band that's able to get away with being static is Dark Space, because it's part of who they are. With Satanic War Master and with like a black metal band, I want to see some movement, man. I want, I want to see some movement, man. I want them to look like they're going in, like they give a fuck. That's what I like to watch. People on their limit, you know, when just showing that they give a crap about the music rather than just going. That kind of stuff. Just, yeah. You know, got to mean it. Like Spectral Wound, for example, they mean what they do. That's why they're a good band. It's mostly in tune. I'll play. Where's Kevin? Kevin, Lara. I'll play bits of Myself Above All for you. However it went. Yeah, however it went. Let's see. What guitar would I recommend under €1,000 USD? Okay. Okay. Let's do. Oops. Hang on. Let's see. I lost where I was. Okay, guitars under €1,000 or US dollar. Get a used Dean. Get a used Dean or a good used LTD. Just save your money. Don't spend too much money on gear, guys. Don't spend obscene amounts of money on gear. You don't need to do that to yourself sometimes, unless you really want to. Selenius, never heard of them. Hello Waits, I have not heard that. Waiting for any new material from Mugwa? Nope. Nope. There's only one Mugwa song I really like. Yeah, I've got a unique taste. Nick Barker, yes, now we're talking. Dude, Nick Barker, he is such a talent. He is such a talented musician. And I really, really hope he's doing well. I really, really genuinely hope he's doing well after his, his diagnosis with his kidneys, because it's sad, man. Like, he's such a talent. And yeah, I can only wish the best for him. And it's been great. Waug, never heard of those. Crafts, Nox. Oh yeah, Craft. I remember those guys. Yeah, it's been a long time since I listened to them. I don't remember what they sound like off my head. Zorza from Poland, post blackmail. Need to check those guys out. Never heard of them. Yeah, this is the pain of a Floyd Rose, making sure it's all in tune and the bridge is level and everything. You just got to be so careful. But yeah, it's just a little bit more stretching and then tuning and then more stretching. Yeah. Can I play Pitch Black by 1349 in one take on the spot? No, not right now, because this guitar is not 100% in tune. But I can go through some of the riffs on that because it's a proper good song. Saints want to go for something. Okay. Nick and Damien, real task for credit filth. Cross, yeah. A nice LTD with Floyd Rose 1000 bridge. Is that Floyd Rose any good? Yep, Floyd Rose 1000s are completely fine bridges. Yep, they're fine. You just got to make sure you know how to use them and tune them, and then you'll be very, very happy with them, because you would only need to restring your guitar like once a month, even if that. You saw Cradle of Filth and Emperor in Bradford in '93. That's got to be mental. Do you have any footage from that show by any chance? Or if you know there is any footage from that show? Because that is mental. In Bradford, of all places. If you right, for people outside of the UK, yeah, Bradford is a shithole. Like, Bradford sucks. Everything's grey and gloomy there, and it smells. Like, it actually smells. Yes, it's mostly in tune. And this goes on and on. Few pictures and stuff. Favorite Satyricon album, Rebel Extravaganza? No, I'm not a big fan of Horner. Never really have been. I bought one of their albums called Hedon 20 years back, and I was like, what the fuck did I spend my money on? This is terrible. And I never listened to it again. I should have given it to Afro when he was in town. But yeah, more Pitch Black. Then this riff goes on and on. Yeah, then. Then back into this. The Jackson minions, they're good, but even with locking tuners, they struggle staying in tune. Only get one if you're like traveling. Excellent. I don't remember that particular Horner song, but I've listened to a lot of Horner over the years. And then there's nothing I've ever really fell in love with. And one of the biggest reasons why I completely just stopped with Horner is the Horner Behexen split. Because you listen to Horner after listening to those Behexen songs. Oof. I mean, I wouldn't want to be those guys on that. I wouldn't want to be in Horner on the Horner Behexen split, because damn, Behexen, those 3 songs from Behexen is probably some of the best from their entire best ever discography. Like those songs from their discography, I think that was Behexen at their peak, and then yeah, it was proper special. That song with the pop punk with the distortion. That album. That album. I see. Okay, fine. Okay. If I bend. Carving a Giant. I mean, I could play an E. Yeah. Haven't played it since the cover. I think Carving a Giant is all King. Oh, the full set's up there on YouTube. That is dope. Let's see if you guys know what 1349 riff that is. The shaved neck is so much nicer. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Cradle set 2 as well. Yeah, I wish I could plug it in as well. It's just getting screwed over by the what's it called? Some settings on the mic. So next live stream, I'll have to go through OBS and test some stuff out. There will be an Atomic Chapel riff lesson once I'm 100% happy with all the riffs, and hopefully one day Archaon jumps on Black Metal Legends, and we can go through the riffs and stuff. Oh yeah, glad you like the cover, man. Polish black metal bands, they're cool. The one I know the best is Behemoth, but I haven't listened to anything really from the Satanist onwards. Yeah, Bathory's always going to be unique. Yes, do you know what? Here's the thing. I have been in contact with Archaon. He has responded to my email. He hasn't responded to the email I sent to. I mean, I guess he must be busy or whatever. But it seems like something he's up for. But it's a case of getting him booked in and actually setting up the call. So yeah, I mean, it's like semi-contacting Archaon, and other people have spoken to him about jumping on for Black Metal Legends. So whenever Archaon's ready, I'll be happy to have him on for Black Metal Legends and nerd out and talk music and gear and pick his brains for 1349 riffs. And yeah, one day. Cults the Ghouls. Okay, so I've only know about them, but I don't think I've ever listened to them, or I've listened to some stuff and I can't remember what I listened to. All right, yeah, this guitar's playing real nice now with the shaved neck. Let's see if I could make it just that little bit more smooth. Varg Vikernes on Black Metal Legends. Nah, I don't want Varg. I actually like as crazy as it would be, and you know, for the culture, I think Varg has had enough to say, and he said too much. So yeah, there's no part of me that wants to speak to Varg anymore. Bartushka. No, I don't like any of the Batushkas. Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah. We all know what kind of yeah, we all know what Varg really wants, and yeah, he's made that clear. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I don't know if you were earlier on if you were here earlier on the stream, I'm sanding down the neck of my most prized guitar. So yeah, you could say I'm devaluing it or performing guitar sacrilege, but it feels way nicer to play now, and that's really all that matters. And I'm not going to sell this thing because I like it too much. Okay, cool. I think we're down to the last tuning steps and all this. I've just got like a pile of strings that I need to throw away shortly. However it went. Deus Mortem. I'm pretty sure I've heard some of their stuff. Eric from Vartane. I'm not a big Vartane fan, if I'm honest. But I have spoken to Varg before, actually. I'm going to see if I can find it in the chat. If I can, I did ask him a question. It's on burzum.org. I sent him a message years and years back. It was for one of the interviews he did for the channel. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere on his channel, but oh, burzum.org website, June 2012. That might be it. Yeah, here it is. I'll put it in the chat. If you just search up Dev, you'll see what I asked him. and then the guy ends up doing it many years later. Yeah, so I was like, you know, do you have any fun recording? Recording is never fun. If I could do it at home, I would. And then lo and behold, he gets GarageBand and makes some music. 11 odd years later. So yeah, that's my little conversation I had with with Varg. And yeah, but you know, there's the person who I want to speak to most, who was in some way involved with Burzum, is Pitten, the guy who engineered the albums. I think he would make a much more interesting guest than Varg would, because he's got more than just the Burzum history. He recorded so much more, and yeah, that would be a really cool one. I did even email Beyond the Gates if I could try and get some email to Pitten, but nothing. That's the thing, like all of this stuff, there's so much stuff that's like in the works, and people that I have tried to speak to and ask stuff to try and get them featured on, but it's a case of like, A, how do I get to them, and B, are they up for it? So yeah. Um, will I grow up my hair again? Nope. Dan Swanner produced Dissection's West work. I need to find out more about him. Yeah, Abath and Demonaz, I did get in touch. I did email Abath's management, but I didn't get a response. Demonaz, I've got no direct contact with Demonaz. But I've just thought of someone who actually has worked with him that I kind of know and I could possibly speak to and see if I can get something sorted out. You spoke to Varg, dude. Like, that's insane. I had no idea. A tab book. I mean, like a Burzum tab book would definitely sell. Detsom and Gangvar and Havisli said, I think Detsom and Gangvar is probably the best all-round Burzum release, or the Burzum Aska thing. But I don't think they're good albums. I don't think Burzum has any good albums. Oh, Samoth did play bass on Aska, didn't he? Yeah, Samoth would be an interesting guest at some point as well. But yeah, that's the thing. Like Pitten, he's just he's yeah, definitely an important figure in black metal history that I think is worth speaking to and talking to. So yeah, that'd be super cool. Edge of Sanity, I know of them. I've definitely heard of Bloodbath. I spoke to their old drummer Emil, because he plays drums for Suda now. He's a nice dude. He's a really fantastic drummer. Thy Dark and Shade, I don't think I've ever checked them out, and when I did check them out, I didn't particularly enjoy too much on what they were doing. But I can't remember. I've listened to so many bands, but I just don't remember how they sound like off the top of my head. It happens sometimes. Just making sure this is in tune. Yeah. Yeah, if I can get Pitten's email. Yeah, I need an email. Much. So that's the thing. I don't know many Greek black metal bands. Yeah. Reach out to possibly, but I think that Norwegian historian guy is going through a massive, crazy divorce. Or something. He posted something on his Instagram. Rotting Christ. I've listened to some stuff. Varathron I've listened to, but I don't remember how they sound. Same with Necromantia as well. Human Serpent I never got into. And Telok from Mayhem. Yeah, so I did send him an email, but without telling the full story, he's definitely not interested. Alcest, oh, happy Boxing Day. Alcest, there was a time I was listening to some Alcest, and it was like it's cool, but it got a bit mopey after a while. Bombers. They played a London show. So Bombers is Abba's Motorhead tribute band. They played a show in London a year or two ago. But I didn't get to see them. But yeah, Pitten plays bass for a bunch. Okay, that's not a bad shout, but I need to know who these bands are. Dark Funeral was a really bad. I used to really like Dark Funeral, and then I got more into 1349. On Metalum, as in on his page. Okay, cool. Okay, Satir and Frost interview. I've been wanting to get Frost forever. I've even asked people to speak to Frost for me, and there's still been no response from Frost. So, Satir is another one of those guests as well. I want to talk to either one of those guys for sure. Mouth of Leviathan. How did that go? How? That last chord. Haven't played this in years. Yeah, however it went. Serpent's Oath, new Paysage Diva. Yeah, it's nice. I'm your fan, thank you. Yeah, I need to get Frost. Fun story with Frost. On the first 1349 show, I was right at the front. The first 1349 show I ever watched was at the Underworld, and it's still one of the best shows I've ever been to. Holy crap! I will. Yeah, this is yeah, it's a very, very happy memory that day. But I will remember Frost. He, you know how they do the fire thing? They brew that fire. I was right in front of him, and I just got covered in that crap that he spit out. But yeah, play Satanic Propaganda. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a legendary show. I've heard many different things about Frost. But yeah, I'd love to jam with Frost as well. 1349 tour the States a fair bit. It's just a case of, are they going to get to your area? And if they do, they won't have Frost on drums. They'll have someone else. But if they get Kevin on drums, then it's going to be just as good, as I find. Never had any contact with Fenris, and I'm using a Tortex Sharp 1.35s. Same one Carl Sanders from Nile uses. Nope, Shalva couldn't help me get to Frost. I can't play the banjo solo. But do I think all Finnish black metal sound the same? No. But Finnish black metal is kind of like Indian food. It's kind of like you get the rough kind of flavors and spices. It's just everyone uses it a bit differently. That's Finnish black metal. It's a type of Indian food. Damn, I've been on stream for 2 hours and 46 minutes. I haven't played this in a while. There we go. Legion is such a good song, man. Let me get comfortable. Yeah, Legion is such a good song, man. Like Shalva era 1349 is so good. I've been listening to that way more now than ever before. But yeah, play the riff from Rise of the Apocalypse. I shall do indeed. But no, I don't really listen. I've listened to Black Braid, but I didn't fall in love with it. Ride on burning wings with a blazing demon army. We paint the night sky red with the blood of gods and angels, based on demented souls. Wow, religious leaders, the Virgin Mary, praise and Antichrist. This is the war. This is the world demons. Yeah. A bridge stabilizer? No, it's just a Floyd Rose. It's just a Floyd. See if we can get more of the guitar in shot. Yeah. There we go. My co guitar is one of his stabilizers. Right, yeah. So with with like Floyd Rose systems, I barely use it. The only times I use it is just in Ereshkigal N1 shows live. But things I like the practicality of the Floyd Rose systems. But yeah, with this sanded neck, this guitar is so much nicer to play. Yeah. How do you go again? Ah, that was wrong. And Beyond the North Waves. That's Immortal, right? I don't think I ever learned that one. I don't think I ever learned Beyond the North Waves. Like, if we're talking Immortal in E standard, at least. Yeah. I breathe spears, but 150 speed. Ah, you know what? Let's go. Okay, so normal speed is so. Fuck. Yeah. Withstand the Fall of Time riff. Which one? It's all riffs. It's all riffs. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Ooh, gross. Am I still in the tuner? Hang on. Nope. Hang on. Let's get this 100% in tune. Got to get these Withstand the Fall of Time riffs done. Oh, the riff. Ivory Spheres goes great with a certain tone. Yes, it would. Sun No Longer Rises. I will play that in a moment. Death Machine by Merkskog, one of the best albums ever. Nathan's Madrigal 1. Pretty please. Okay, we'll do that's how it went. What's that song called again? Sound. I said. How did Mountains go? Yeah, that's it. Fuck. Yeah, my man like Håvard Jorgensen. Håvard Jorgensen is a heroic human being. He's awesome. He is such a cool dude. Fuck. Fires in the eyes, you man. So beat it. Play some Merkskog riffs. Do you know what? Uncontroversial opinion. I think the Beat It solo is diabolically terrible, and I never learned it. Merkskog riffs. Okay, poignant scenario. We need D standard. Oh look, another Dean. How did poignant scenario go again? How do I go in? There we go. Yeah. However it went. It's been ages since I opinions on Venom. I never got into Venom. Synthetic life form. I don't really know. When we get about a video on black metal history with Devgohil. I mean, there is Wikipedia. Like, I mean, like the history on black metal. I don't think would be. I think people would like it if I did it, but I don't think it's a necessary video to make because Fenris already has the black metal history video, and that's on YouTube. Yeah, so that thing is done. I'm gonna put away. Shit, my water. I'm going to put away this lovely thing. But yeah, so yeah, the desecration occurred with the neck because I sanded it down. But it's so much nicer now, and it's nice and clean and fresh. And then it's going to stay in its case for however long until I feel like taking it out again. It's a very, very nice guitar. And I don't really have the space at the moment to open its case. This is what I mean by space. Like I have too many guitars and no plans to get rid of them. So, message in the Discord chat. Hang on. I haven't even checked Discord. Oh God, that yes, okay. I remember now. Jakob. Bloody hell. No. uh, other music, things I listen to. Do you know what? Lately I got back into J rock. Got back into listening to Japanese rock bands. I was listening to Puttick's album. What's the album called again? Is it Taboo? It's a crazy one. I'll get it up on my Spotify. It's just a silly album. Yeah, it's called Taboo by a band called Puttick. So yeah, if you see here, there we go. The first song, Iconoclasm, is hilarious. Like one of the lyrics is like, I am iconic beyond desire. It's fantastic. I am iconic from beyond desire. Yeah, it's yeah, cool band. Kind of weird and mopey, but still kind of fun. So it's kind of like yeah, I don't know what band to liken it to, but it's just fun J rock. And Move, MOVE, because they did the Initial D songs as part of the soundtrack. They're a good Japanese band. But also, it's interesting you mentioned Morbid Angel, because I was listening to Morbid Angel's Alters the other day as well. But yeah, which era of Britney Spears do you like? 50. Do you know? I wish I had 50 guitars. But when it comes to Britney Spears, it's got to be her early stuff. I think. You know, Hit Me Baby One More Time, all that stuff. Yeah. Hit me baby one more time. Jakob wanted to see some CDs. I can fish some out. I've had my collection here. I'll show you some cool stuff from recently. So this is Merkskog, and this is the Death Machine album. I got this in I got this in what's it called? Helvete, Nesblood Records. And my long hair's gone, man. I haven't had long hair for like coming up to 3 years. But here's some cool stuff that I got from Norway. Quite special things in here. So this is this is signed by Snorreruk Blackthorn, some music he worked on. This is Tronderton, signed by Thorns. And then this is an Atlas signed Immortal. That was a gift, and that is an insanely cool gift. Yeah, that's some stuff from Norway. And then this is some other cool stuff that Shalva gave me. His Svart Elder album, Horizon Ablaze, his other band's album. New 1349, this is the most recent CD I got. There, it's actually packaged really nicely and really, really well. And some other cool stuff. Yeah, signed Svartelda vinyl from Shalva. You can't really see it. Yeah, that was cool. What other stuff? There was a whole bunch of other things that Pantheon Eye from The Abyss I Rise. Can't find that anywhere. And also, this is some fun trivia. This is some used picks from Shalva. So that's Den Sakalta when he used to play in those guys. And this is one of Shalva's pick from the 2005 Hellfire tours. He gave me one of those. It's extremely worn out. That's a really special one. Why did I cut my hair? Because it was 40 degrees in South Korea. It's 40 degrees in South Korea. Aging happens, and Korean women don't like long hair. I do have a By the Blessing of Satan CD. I'm gonna have to fish through a lot of stuff to try and find it, and I need a day to actually go through everything. But what I can find at the moment quickly is Pseudo Gods, Death Womb Catatetius, which is amazing. A Revenge album. Oh, what's this I have here? Oh, For Macarius, UK black metal band from back in the day. Some random CDs. Some Hell's Headbangers thing. Michael Jackson Invincible CD. We were talking about Michael Jackson earlier. Oh, here we go. Real music. The best of 50 Cent. So, yeah. Yeah, what else can I just fish out quickly? That you guys might know. Oh, shit. My copy of De Mysterious. Sons of Northern Darkness. It's all dusty. I need to clean this out. I barely go into this little drawer that I have with all my CDs. What's this one here? Ah, yeah, Cursed Be Thy Flesh, The Ritual. So this is quite funny because the guy behind the band commissioned me to write some songs and then didn't pay me in time. And one of the songs was a demo and he kind of stole it and didn't even pay me for that song, and it ended up on here. Yeah, that was a funny story and a funny time. So yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, those are a few CDs. By the Blessing, I do have somewhere, but I'd need to sift through a lot of stuff unless it just pops out. Oh, here's something that is kind of rare and kind of cool that has just popped out that I can easily take out at the moment. What's all this? So this is Ereshkigal End, and then we also have Catharsis, Fourth Reich, as well. So Catharsis, probably my favorite band from Germany. Cool guy, cool band, nice and evil, aggressive. You know, all of their songs, you know, yeah, all of their songs are just hateful and potent. It's very, very nice. Is there another Ereshkigal project in the works? Yes. Yep. I'm writing the new material. I could show you a couple riffs quickly. Let me clean my hands because some of those CDs were like super dusty. And let me chuck away some of the old strings and stuff and do some general housekeeping, I guess. Yeah, give me about a minute or so while I just chuck away some crap, and then we'll start cooling down the live stream because I fancy just chilling for a bit. And another thing I need to do is start working actively again on the second course, which I guess I'll explain in a couple minutes. Give me 2 minutes while I just chuck some crap away. Right, what was I going to do? Yep, so I'll show you some new Ereshkigal riffs. So it's all kind of like in the demo process. I'm not going to show you all of them, but I can show you a couple stuff. Yes. So I'll show you some 7-string stuff. Yep. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm going to show you guys for now. But that's some new Ereshkigal stuff. And I need to do something else. Something else that was on my mind. Oh, yeah. So the new guitar course that's currently in the works. So I am. So yeah, Black Metal Mastery has been really great. The response has been great, and people are still actively using the course and learning lots, and still getting value from it. So what I'm working on now is a beginner guitar course, which is a lot more work because I've got to think it through properly. Because imagine you know nothing, and then you have to end up playing black metal at the end of it. That's the challenge with this one. So I'm working on some of the on the lesson curriculum, let's say, and just making sure it's 100% right before I start filming and making all the backing tracks and demos for stuff. But it's an active project, but I'm hoping my aim is to get it done before March. So that's the idea. Evil. Yeah, I've seen Evil. I've met their guitarist. Drake. Yeah, I met him at a gig when my band played in Huddersfield in 2014. He was there DJing. What's his? Thanks. Is there a small angle amp head? Yeah, it's the little one. I forgot what it is. Iron Ball or something, or mini Fireball. Dev holding the guitar. Day 2 breathing spears. Literally, like the I Breathe Spears riff is like my go-to. One of my go-to like practice riffs. Just. Yeah, it will work as good as a 100-watt head. Most of the time with 100-watt heads, you don't get to utilize the full power very often. Yeah, but this is if you're looking for a guitar around the €1,000 mark, like this Dean is really, really good. Yeah, I Breathe Spears. That's definitely an Archaon riff. Lots of notes condensed into one bit. Same with Nathakana. The Schecter Abath. Okay, so I think it's cool. I wish it had a more pointy headstock, but I've never played one. Schecter guitars are usually really nice to play, but I have found some of them do have this slightly dead sound to them. But I've only played a few, and they haven't growled the same way these Deans do. Yeah, what's that one? I'm playing about guitar solos and black metal. I mean, they're fine. They're appropriate. I've done them, So this is from N2. Yeah, so all of that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, like going back to like that Archaean way of playing guitar, it's like the crazy fast stuff. It's a solo with an Evertune. Evertune's meant to be like the best bridges ever. I've never properly used one myself, really. Creep. How did Creep go again? I never learned creep. But yeah, the N3 riff, that's basically Hellfire. It's yeah, do you know what? That I made it up spontaneously, and I was sitting with the old Rushcore singer. We're like, yes, that riff's sick. And then it ended up then after we recorded it, was like, oh crap, it actually sounds like Mouth of Madness. But it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. But yeah, like the ending chords with N3, the it's the same chords as Hellfire, just upper fret. Because I just liked, I showed Shalva that as well, and yeah, I really liked those chords, so I just put them in a different key and I doubled it up with the 7-string guitar. But of course, it's not quite the same. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, because there's so many influences, there's so much music, and there's only so many notes. Which bit in Devil of the Desert? Yeah, that first riff never really worked out. How do I go? There we go. Okay, I need to swap guitars because this is a pain to play. And this guitar I wanted to restring on the stream, but I think we're running a bit out of time now. But yeah, I sanded the neck down on this. You can definitely tell the neck has been sanded. Yeah. Yeah, that's some of the riffs from Devil of the Desert. Riff was a mix of Gohil. Yeah, that happens. That happens. Like, you know, I could be thinking of Dark Throne, and then I end up doing, and it sounds nothing like Dark Throne. It always happens. But yeah, this guitar needed a restring the most because some of the strings are so gone. But yep. End up playing black metal happens. Would my band be open to playing any death metal? Well, it is there's a lot of death metal influence. The more recent music is death metal-y. Seven Nation Army. Metal merch shops in London. Raven Records in Camden. I know you can get some like CDs and stuff there. They're relatively new. I've not been inside there yet, but I've walked past it plenty of times. That's it, isn't it? Black Horizons. Yeah, however it goes. Oh, it's done. Hello, Dun. What's up? Do you know what, Dun? When you messaged me about collaborating, I was in Norway at the time, and then I was like pretty wasted. And I'm sorry for not getting back to you on a collaboration, but I'd love to work on a video with you one day. I just need to have a proper sit down, think sober, and then come up with a cool video, and then we can do something super sick. And yeah, and do it from there. But the hardest 1349 riff, oh, God, they're all difficult. They're all difficult. God, even with like there's even parts of Chasing Dragons that I still don't really know. It's like it's those chords at the end, whatever it is. Oh, okay, cool, done. I'll have a think of some cool video ideas, and then we can do something. I was thinking on something that was black and death metal related, but I'll need to think of something more concrete and take it from there. But leave that with me. Okay, cool. Thank you. But yeah, difficult 1349 songs. Even Inferior Pathways, there's some weird stuff going on in there as well with the because like the first riff is like and then the other guitars is some of that. Then Buddy Holly when I was 10. Yeah, Buddy Holly's a good start. Inferior Pathways, yeah. Main influences of becoming a black metal musician. Okay, if without talking about 1349, definitely Emperor. Because Emperor is one of those bands that's able to use two guitars playing two different things, and it sounds amazing at the same time. It's very well orchestrated. And who else I listen to? So like when you're 16, you're just a sponge and you listen to like everything, and then after a little while, it's kind of like, oh, you actually realize you like some other bands more than others. So I can't really remember exactly what I was listening to when I was 16, but I remember listening to a fair bit of. I think Devgohil was another big influence as well, especially that's a hard riff. Same with Emperor, you've got some really difficult stuff. But yeah, one by one, if I go to a guitar with D standard, that's a yeah, one by one is not easy. Most people cheat. Most people cheat, and they don't do the big low D palm mute. A Yonsei cow, lashes how we rode upon and astray. Love and chaos gods. Yeah, you get that. You got to get those chunky chords. Yeah, curse you. God, I used to know curse you, man. See, this is why it's nice having lots of guitars. You can just go choop, 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 and then Weezer is the best more metal band. Yeah, Weezer is based. Why did I pick Dean guitars? Is because they're the nicest for me anyway. The nicest, most comfortable, best sounding guitars, and that's why. Any Dark Funeral riff? Dark Funeral riffs, they're laid in recordings, but most of their chords are just these minor triads. Those kind of stuff. So yeah. But I haven't played Dark Funeral in years. It's been more than 10 years since I listened to them. Yeah. Thoughts on tremolo stabilizers? I don't think I've ever really used. I've never used them. I know some people use them, and I know they're kind of popular, but yeah, I've never used them personally. I'm just gonna plug my laptop on charge because it's dying. Yeah. Oh yeah, Archetype Gojira is a very, very good amp plugin and software. It's probably one of the better ones going at the moment. It's going to be interesting in 10 years to see what this kind of technology is going to be like, and take it from there, I guess. So yeah. So I'm just checking my phone if anyone's like been any urgent or insane messages or anything. All right, let's see. Can I play some in play of Norman Moon Forest? No. Smoke on the Water. There's always been a thrash element to Ereshkigal in a way. Because if we go to some of like the one of the earliest. Yeah, that's Ouroboros by that's Ereshkigal's Ouroboros. We haven't played that live since 2018 or 2019. It's just not in the set list anymore. Flicky hair. Yeah. Using plugins. Oh, that Les Paul. That's an old Les Paul. I much prefer electric guitars. An acoustic guitar trapped a nerve in my arm and messed my back up for almost a year. Oh yeah, this old Les Paul. Oh, this is an old one. So this was like a guitar that I used to use in like high school and college, and yeah. So I never play it because the headstock has been broken 5 times. So I keep it quite safe and sound in a way in a corner. But I use this guitar to practice neck sanding, so it plays. But yeah, it's a Korean-made Les Paul custom from years back. But the thing is, like, it was fine for like high school and college days. Yeah, it's fine. It does the job. But since I started playing Dean's, I remember I lent it to my sister, and she was using it for her stuff, and then and it's just a bit of like a family heirloom now in a way. But yeah, what music was I into in high school? Lots of stuff. Well, towards the later end of high school, it was more like death and black metal. But like in high school, just like, fucking pop punk and Bullet for My Valentine and stuff like that. Teenager bands. And then you grow up a bit, and then you get into Nile. Yeah. With electric guitars, you can just play them. But to get that sound, you need to plug them in for sure. And yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's white and gold. It's such a nice, it's such a cool color combination. And yeah, the ultimate white gold guitar will always be Matt Heafy's Razorback. That was in the Anthem's music video, which was super cool. Yeah, the Les Paul necks, they're not uncomfortable. They're just like they're just a little bit bigger than LTD necks. It's what makes the guitar comfortable is usually not the neck, but I find it's the body. So yeah, Atomic Kittens, dude, Atomic Kitten was whack. Atomic Kitten was super whack. Oh, I had this guitar in East Standard. Yeah, this needed a restring as well. This is probably the most viewed guitar I've got, because the 5 Types of Black Metal Riffs video was recorded with this guitar, and that one video that went crazy on Instagram with the that Mayhem Snortus style riffing. Yeah, that was that YouTube video has like silly amount of views, like nearly 600,000 or something. Yeah, acoustic guitars, they force you to build good habits when you're playing, because they're more difficult to play. Yeah. Black ML with the white binding. Oh, I think that was a 7-string. One of those he had or something. Oh, it was a 6. Oh, I don't remember. All right, cool. I'm going to stay on stream for another 3 minutes, and then I'm going to leave. So if there's any final questions or anything you want to ask or requests, Bring back the Razorbacks. Yeah, Razorbacks have been my most used guitars live. Listen to any shredders? No, I don't really listen to any shredders or anything like that. Yeah, DNMLs are fantastic guitars. With tapping, see, I started learning tapping with that part in Eruption, so for me that was an alright place to start. But with tapping, just take your A natural A pentatonic scale, and then just tap with your middle finger, flick, and make sure you're fretting here, then hammer on, and just start with 3-note movements. I'm 15. I've just formed a band. Hang on, let me put the guitar down, move the laptop closer. Wrathchild, that's cool. Don't worry about finding what genre or making a genre. Just start making music together. I think that's what you guys need to do. Just start making music together. Don't worry about what genre it is. Just make music you like. That's going to be way more helpful than just like trying to box yourself in. Because when I was first starting off Premature Birth, I didn't know what I wanted it to be, except I wanted it to be fast and heavy. So I just kind of did that, and it ended up being its own kind of thing. Acoustic guitars, interludes. At the moment, no, because I can't deal with playing acoustic guitars anymore. But if I get one, then yeah, possibly. But yeah, thanks, Dan, man. It's cool to see you on here as well, man. Still Dre. Bling, 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 bling. Black and Children of Bodom. The thing is, like, Children of Bodom had its own level of black metal influences back in the day. All right, cool. Final questions in this last minute. Oh, dope. Done. Is it going to be a death metal EP? Is it like solo music? Video ideas for 2025. I want to get more people for Black Metal Legends. I want to make more cool videos. I want to get this course done and the second book. That's the big projects for next year. Because I wanted to release the first course this year, but it got sidetracked by some albums that I've been commissioned to work on. Yeah, how long have I been playing guitar for? 18 years, which is crazy to think about now. 18 years and nearly 2 months. At the moment, top 3 people. I'd love to interview Gouda, but I think top 3 people who would be the most beneficial and would be great to have the opportunity for them to talk more about their own music and what they've worked on. I think would be Pitten, Frost, and probably Fenris. I think those are going to be like the top 3 that I'd really, really want to speak to. But yeah, cool. Excellent. Cool. Look, enjoy the rest of your days. Hope you guys had a good Christmas and New Year's and stuff. Any other questions that you want to reach? Oh shit, drop the pic. Any other questions that you want to ask me, or just if you just want to reach out, just send me a message on Instagram, Devgohil official. If you want to, yeah, Isan, I'd like to feature as well. But if you guys want to reach out, just get in touch via Instagram or whatever. And of course, if you want to check out the courses, books, or whatever, tones and stuff, most of that's in the Bandcamp or on Udemy. But yeah, cool, nice one. Take it easy. I'm gonna eat. I'm hungry. And yeah, catch you guys later.